Okay, I'm at early. I just wanted to kill some time. See if I'm on Twitter. Um, let's see. Should be live on Twitter. Hey Brandon, what's up? How you doing? Happy Friday. How you doing, Brandon? Hope you had a good week. Ronnie Bravo. I always want to call you Johnny Bravo. Happy Friday. I came on like an hour already, trying to get some streaming hours in. Hmm. Yeah, I try to do something different. I think it's gonna come out next week because this is a lot of hair. Like, I can't wear all this. So, uh, yeah, I had a busy week too. Long, stressful, busy week. Um, let me see. Let me post this link on Twitter. Let me post the link in the chat just in case anybody wants to come up and discuss anything. Saludos, Jesus. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tie like a headscarf around this hair is gonna drive me crazy. Or just I'll just turn it like this. All right, I'm hanging in there. Um, let's see. Oh, what was I gonna do? How far are you streaming, Arwa? Tonight, how many hours am I streaming, or how many hours I have left to stream? I still have a good maybe like 600 hours. But I think it's like the way if they count if people watch the stream, the hours that are streamed. So if you watch my videos and just let them, you just press play and let all my videos play at night, I think I get credit for that. So if you guys do that, that would help me. Um, I think that's how they count it. I'm not sure. But tonight I want to try to stream as much as I can. I'm not really in the mood to stream, but I was like, you know what, like a stream. So yeah, let me So that's what I'm gonna tell everybody tonight. If y'all when y'all later on when the other people hop on, like when tonight is when you're not doing nothing, just let your phone play my videos, and I think I get credit for those streaming hours. So yeah. Um, let's see. Hey Mar, the machine, how you doing? Maybe streaming. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I gotta do that. And I'm gonna take my iPad because I have another YouTube account from like, you know, when I was a teenager. I'm gonna open up my page over here and let it just play on my videos all night, and I should get credit for that. So I'm gonna encourage everybody to do that too, so it'll help me get there quicker. Let's see. Oh, I said I gotta post this on Twitter. Oh, I really don't have like the strength to do this today, but I can't let shit get me stressed out. Let's see. Now people are usually driving home right now from work and stuff. So I'm just gonna like. I wish we could play music on here. Goodness gracious. Um, so if anybody wants to hop on, or let me send my people the link so they can hop on, and I won't be here by myself. I hope everybody had a great week. Hope I don't have a meltdown today. I'm just sending people messages on Twitter that usually hop on here so they can know that I'm live. Um, I'm trying to see who fights this weekend. I think Frank Martin, right? Frank Martin. They haven't been really promoting that many fights this week, so I'm not even really sure who's on the docket for this weekend. And why aren't my messages check me? Let me see. I'm gonna get Julius. Okay. Yeah, who else is fighting besides Frank Martin? I think he had like a last minute opponent because his opponent that he was originally scheduled for was having visa issues, so he couldn't fly in. So yeah. Um yeah, I'm gonna take this shit out. Um Probably like Monday or Tuesday because I can't with all this shit. This is like heavy as fuck on my head. So I'm gonna go back to my straight hair. It was cute and fun while it lasted, but yeah. My Mike Sayo and Frank are both on, I believe. Okay, yeah, that's what I was assuming. But they haven't really they didn't promote that fight that well. I didn't even know there was fights this weekend, to be honest. Hey Jason, how you doing? Mm. So does anybody that's in the chat right now want to hop on, or do I have to wait for my regulars to come on to get on there? Man, let me see. They added this new feature where you could play music in the background, but it's the music that they let you put. It's not like music that we can do. Let me see. Let's see what they have. I'm just playing around here right now since I have time to fuck around. I'm just trying to see how this stuff works, so bear with me. Just trying out some things since they've been trying to add new things to StreamYard. So I'm gonna see how. Okay. 'Cause they gotta add more music though. Okay. Okay. All right, StreamYard. I see y'all playing with these little beats and music. I might drop a freestyle. Let me drink a little bit more, and I need to really drink and get out of the funk that I'm in. Do you have any rappers in the chat that wanna like hop on and drop a rhyme, have some bars? Let me see what else they have in this. Let's see what else they have. No. I wish they add like, because YouTube is really funny. Like they don't want you playing no music, but they let you add music on here. But then when they say they let you add music, it's music that you have like authority to play, which is nothing unless you do music. So it's like, why even have that option? If I once I get a couple of drinks in me, I might drop a rhyme on here for y'all. I need to really get out this funk. Let's see what this is. They don't have that much. They don't really have that much in here. All right, so just bear me. I'm just killing time on here. I really need to like. I'm gonna write this thing on here so everybody could just stream. Okay, Jason. Let me turn this music off. But do you want to drop a rhyme, Jason?
Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. Let me stop this music. All right. I see they added that feature in there with this music, so I was trying to like see what is it, but it's just like instrumentals, but they don't let you add. You can't play me. Look, if they let me play music on YouTube, I would be the sickest DJ on here. Then I really get some followers and some people tuning in. So how are you doing today? You were you the one that gave the? No, you didn't say that.
I didn't
If we don't have, no, I was trying to see if you were the one that let me know who was fighting this weekend.
Oh,
Because I
no,
think it's only Frank
no,
Martin.
no, that was good.
Did you catch the verses between me and
Oh yeah, I did. I was like in and out because I was busy, but I seen a little
uh
bit of it. I think
oh wait,
didn't Lisa hop on?
yeah, Lisa hopped
Yeah,
on, Lady Chan hopped on,
yeah, I seen
um
that. That was the little part of the verses I seen.
yeah, that was
I
like the
seen she
end,
was
like
arguing.
after it was over. Yeah. She really hopped on. It was well, no, it was her and Checkmate that got into it
But
after it. So
he the Tank fan, ain't he?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Always
He's the
capping for
Tank
10.
fan, the Wilder fan. Um and then Ronnie, I think you need to change your name to Johnny. I want to call him Johnny Bravo so bad. This is like a mind fuck with your name, Ronnie Bravo. Says so Rashidi Ellis is fighting this weekend too. On the same card as Frank Martin. How come they didn't promote that? They didn't promote this fight. Nobody knew. I haven't heard anybody on Twitter saying that Rashidi Ellis was fighting this weekend.
It's
Um,
good for him to come back. He's
are
been
you a
out
big
of
boxing fan, or are you just like, how did you even stumble on my page?
I
I'm
think
curious. I'm gonna start asking people
uh
that.
I think a while ago I seen you on True Sports, True School Sports. I think this is like
I was
last
I was
year.
on I was on their page.
Like you was on the live, I think like last year. Then I seen you on Young Billy.
Oh,
Then you was
okay,
on his
okay,
page, and
yeah,
then I
yeah,
ended up
yeah.
subscribing from him. But I seen you
Ah,
like a while back.
okay, I appreciate you subscribing to my page. I know men are very picky about following women about on sports and stuff like that. So I appreciate you following me because
Yeah, I
I
seen.
know for the
You
most part
not.
men think women don't know shit about sports and stuff like that.
Nah, it's a couple female channels that they good at covering boxing. So I support
Um,
it.
he's fighting some guy named Jose. So Rashidi, see that there's how many Jose's are in boxing, Ronnie? That's no, they didn't promote that fight at all. I literally just found out that Frank Martin was fighting yesterday, and it's
Let
only
me
because his opponent couldn't make it. So,
let me ask you about this fight. Who you got? Benavidez or Danny Garcia?
oh god,
I know
you
that's
know
fighting in
what?
a couple weeks.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know where Danny Garcia is as far as like his his love, like not love, because I know he knows, but his like
Passion.
what's the word? His
That's
passion for the sport anyway is still there because he took a long break and he's been living his life, partying, drinking, which he has all the reason, all the means in the world to do. But I feel like I, I mean his skill is there, but I don't know if he's gonna be like. I need to see what he's working with. So I don't even know what he's gonna be looking like. So I don't know who's gonna win this fight to be honest. Because honestly, who? When's the last time Danny fought? When he fought Arrow, right?
yeah. That was
That was
December
like,
2020.
yeah, that was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. So and since then he's been like partying it up, um, drinking, doing the
Uh,
most. And at this age, like once you get older and you're doing the drinking and stuff in this sport, that's not like conducive for anything good. So I don't know.
I
I
got.
mean,
I think he'll win. I feel
you
like
think so?
yeah, because he is the reason why they picked Jose Benavidez for the comeback fight. I feel like Benavidez he's solid, but I just feel like Danny Garcia. I think he's just a more skilled fighter, and I think he'll
You see,
probably
this is what
outpoint him.
I feel like. What Jesus says, Daddy's heart not in boxing. Yeah, I don't feel like his heart is in boxing anymore either. So, um, that's a good question because I really, honestly, don't know what kind of Danny we're gonna get until we actually see him because it's been so long. So, you think they picked Benavidez as like a what do you call it, like a gatekeeper type person to go in there and just give Danny a win?
Yeah, but I mean he fighting in the Barclays, and man, is everything is set up for him to win this fight.
Yeah, so if he loses this fight, then you know that his heart's not in it then.
I,
Because if everything's set up for him to win this fight and he
I
loses,
can't.
then
Oh,
what's good?
oh no, I
That's gonna
can't
be
see
my
him
opinion.
losing. I just can't see him losing this fight. Now, if he fight like a Tony Harrison or Tim Tszyu or Fondor or something, that's a different story. But we fight
When's the last
Jose
time
Benavidez
Benavidez fought?
like earlier this year.
Oh yeah, see, I feel
I
like
forgot.
I don't know. I don't feel like this is I don't think everything's set up for Danny to win. Maybe
Nah,
like the fight being in Barclays, that's about it. But like being laid off for 2 years, not laid off, but like out on the mix for 2 years. And he's literally has he's had I haven't seen him doing no running, no nothing. Just like
I don't know. He
he,
said I don't know if you seen the Brian Custer interview he did. I
what do you
seen
say?
the. He said that he missed boxing, so like, cause
Yeah,
they
just
asked
because
him
you
like,
miss it don't mean that you're gonna get right back in there and do what you were doing before.
yeah, he said
Mm,
he hitting harder and all type of stuff. So I
I
don't know. I
mean,
just feel
that's
like
him selling the fight. That's him selling the fight.
I'm gonna take his word for it. I'm gonna take his word for it.
So
'Cause,
Slide Encounter says that yeah, Benavides had an opportunity to fight Erislandy Lara, but chose Garcia. So I guess
yeah,
he thought the
more
bet,
lucrative.
yeah, more lucrative and probably an easier win for him. He probably thought because Erislandy Lara has been a little bit more active. I guess he
You
just
know,
fought not too long ago.
did he have to go up? What that have been at 160? I think he probably had to move up and weight to fight
Yeah, I
Laura.
don't. But
I don't know.
he was
This
like,
is
let me get Garcia. He's been out for 2 years.
I
Let
mean,
me get that. Let me get
yeah,
that.
but it's like it's lucrative. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. It's
hmm
rivalry. You sell it. People gonna be interested because he ain't fought in
You
so
know,
long.
Danny can't. Danny, they don't really sell Danny as Puerto Rican because Danny doesn't
I
really
mean,
speak Spanish. He
uh,
doesn't speak Spanish.
I,
He doesn't speak. Do
look,
you remember when he did the little
I,
interview? He was like, "Sí que sí and sí que no," and I was just like,
he
"Wow, did he
don't,
really?"
but he
He
did,
looks
but he
more Spanish
did.
than I am, and I speak fluent Spanish. He doesn't. He
He
can't
look.
put
Be
two
honest.
sentences together.
He looks more Mexican than Puerto
Does you
Rican.
think?
That's just me. I know Brandon Rio said that a while back.
uh, yeah. Either way, he looks way more Hispanic than I do, and I speak fluent Spanish. Like, that's my first language, so I speak fluent Spanish. He doesn't speak a lick of Spanish whatsoever. So I don't feel like when they market Danny and they sell his fights, they don't really market him as a Puerto Rican fighter. They just they market him as a Philly fighter. You know.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Yeah, I mean he's both. technically.
Yeah,
He's
he is
Philly.
both, but I feel like they push the Philly fighter more than they do the Puerto Rican fighter because he doesn't speak Spanish. So, hey, D Nice, how you doing?
Yeah.
So we'll see what Danny will get because it's been so long and he's definitely been living his life. You know, selling. He has a clothing line that he's been working on and promoting or whatever. I think he was doing a little reality TV show. I don't know if it's on YouTube of his family. You know, with his
Oh
wife
yeah, I
and
see that.
kids.
I think my sister, she watched the his sisters, the Siabi twins. I know they like R&B
Is
singers.
it is it on YouTube or is it like a different
I
app?
think it's on. I think it was on TV like a few years ago. I don't know if it's still
Oh,
on there.
okay. All right.
I seen it before.
We'll see. When is the fight?
I think July, last
Oh,
Friday in July. I
so
think it's
it's
30th.
like right around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, 30th.
Um, oh, you see, like I wonder if his dad still has a muzzle on him because when he had the fight with Thurman and his dad was like coming out reckless out his mouth talking. They kind of put a muzzle on him and he stopped talking shit because he was saying like all these racist and disrespectful things. So I feel like his father's been quiet ever since then, and I don't know if they took that muzzle off of him because he hasn't been talking shit about this fight. At least I haven't seen him.
No, I haven't. I seen a little bit of the press conference and the interviews. I didn't really see him say much. Like, so you might be right about that. He ain't really
Yeah,
said nothing since maybe the last time I really see him go crazy is probably Thurman.
the
I
Thurman
remember.
fight, and that's why they.
Yeah,
And after that, they put a muzzle on him because he was saying some really racially inappropriate things.
he
So they
he
put that
did.
muzzle on him for sure.
I remember he. I don't know if you remember when he called he called Crawford a nappy headed nigga. I don't know if you
See,
remember
I
that.
don't remember him saying that, but if he said that,
Yeah,
then he needs a muzzle on
yeah.
him.
Because they
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Wow. You need to send me that clip, or I need to look for that because that's crazy.
well,
His
Andrew
father is
said.
so, yeah.
I
His
it
dad
said
is,
be it was
no, his
on
dad's crazy.
this was like 2016. This is like
That's crazy.
I think they was going at it on Twitter. I think Crawford he called Angel a cokehead and then he ended up calling him like a nappy headed nigga.
Oh well, if
That
he
don't make
if he calls
sense.
him a cokehead, then yeah,
Yeah, it was going at
I
it
could
because
see why he said what he said. In
that's
response
that's
to
why that's why at that time I wanted the fight to happen. It should have happened like perfect timing that time.
yeah, Danny and Jose are happy to get a payday. Yes, tap the like button, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get monetized, y'all. So, if it's for the people that are tuned in right now, later tonight when you're going to bed, just open up your YouTube and let the videos on my page play. And I think I get credit for those streams. Hey,
Oh
I
yeah,
used to be, I want to thank you I needed that little pep talk today. I'm still feeling like shit, but I was saying, you know what, I could get some streaming hours in and just get it together, I guess. So a lot of Euro Hispanics are racist from experience. Yeah, I can agree to that. He and Zab going at it was crazy too. Yeah, Angel Garcia definitely was the one selling a lot of Danny Garcia's fights with his mouthpiece. So he was talking it, and Danny had to kind of back it up because I don't think that I feel like Danny Garcia's shit talking is like trash. Like he don't know how to talk shit. But his father know how to talk shit and set a fight.
What's up, Mango Mommy?
Hey, check me. How you doing? Look, you
I'm
spelled your name
chilling.
wrong. Correct. You want me to fix it for you?
Oh,
Hold on.
oh, I can go back. You can do it.
I got it. Yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
Checkmate. Checkmate box. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. I like Crazy Angel. I
Yeah,
I,
but
I
Crazy
like his.
Angels says a lot of racist things too. Like, no.
Listen.
Jason just said that he called Crawford
Crawford.
a nappy headed nigga.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
feel like
I
Angel checkmate? Come on.
Listen, I haven't heard him. I'm sure he says some stuff like that. He's looks very capable of saying stuff like that. But in boxing, we deal with racist people all the time, especially in the media.
But does
You
it
know what
make
I
it
mean?
okay? It's
I
not
think
okay.
No, it doesn't. But in the same token, we can't just all of a sudden admonish and and ostracize Angel, for being crazy Angel. But all of a sudden, we accept the Ring magazine and their racist, you know, white hood wearing antics. You understand what I'm saying? So how can we legitimize the Ring magazine with
Mm,
Dougie and what's his Michael Hitler? What's his name? Montero.
Mike
Yeah,
Montero. But I
yeah.
don't. I don't think that. I
Mike
don't
Hitler.
think. I don't think that. I haven't seen Dougie Fisher do anything racist, to my knowledge. But Michael Montero, yes, I have. I can attest to that.
I thought Dougie Fisher was black. You talking about the dude with the glasses?
We
Yeah,
don't know.
he's black.
He looks like ambiguous lesbian to
It
me. I
doesn't
don't know
matter
what
what
he
he
is.
looks like. He's
Yeah.
black. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You can't help what you
I
look
don't
like.
know. Okay, well, listen. There are a lot of people. Look at Herschel Walker. He's a black man. Do you
Yeah,
think he's
he's
really? But he doesn't.
He
He doesn't think he is.
but
no, but I'm
he's a
saying that I haven't
coon
seen
though. That's
anything. Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
Herschel
seen
Walker's a
anything
coon.
Okay.
Dougie.
So use that to Dougie then. My point is the
I
way
don't
they
really know
treat the
about
black
like that.
fighters, the way they treat black fighters is just unconscionable. And but I just I don't understand how boxers allow them, to even give them that leeway. Like I just don't get it. The way the ring treats, and everybody knows Oscar De La Hoya owns it.
Yo,
Everybody
yo.
knows they're the propaganda arm for for the Bob Mafia. You know what I mean? And Oscar, but people legitimize their rankings. Like, why? I don't get it. I think boxers themselves need to come up with their list and get these,
There you go. Now you're. Wait,
to
hold
get
on.
these people out of the way. What's
Mike's
going
been
on,
having
Mike?
Mike. His internet service at whatever hotel he's in right now has been so crappy. He keeps freezing, but get it together, Mike. We need you here so you can talk your shit. His internet has been less than good there. But I was there you go.
Yeah, my bad.
There
I'm
you
in the
go.
middle of Texas. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm in the middle of Texas working out these
No, you're
oil
good
fields.
now.
I'll be home tomorrow.
No, you're good
So
now. So
we'll
whatever
see
you
how
just
long it
did,
lasts. But
yeah. No, so I wanna touch on what more than what the machine says. I do think that Danny's Pop and Tia Females seniors needs a show because they both are like the same person. Like Tia Females father and Danny Garcia's father, they both are living vicariously through their sons and they talk the most shit. And it would actually be a very interesting reality TV show if they had one, and I definitely would watch. So,
Yeah, that would
um,
definitely be selling. That would sell. And again, another thing that you touched on with with Crazy Angel being racist. When you look at Danny Garcia, you can clearly see he has African in his blood. So they're Puerto Rican anyway. That's a whole nother subject there. But um,
No, that's what I was
I,
talking about earlier. I said when they market or when they promote Danny Garcia, they don't really promote him as a Puerto Rican fighter. They promote him as a Philly fighter because he doesn't speak Spanish or anything like that. So I feel like they sell him as a Philly fighter because he literally doesn't know like one lick of Spanish whatsoever.
and Philly is filled with Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, but he still doesn't know Spanish at all. So that avenue doesn't work for him. Because if you're gonna sell him as a Hispanic fighter, they're gonna want you to speak Spanish and like talk to fans
Ryan
and
Garcia don't speak Spanish.
yeah, but he got the young girls as the fans, you know. Danny Garcia don't have that.
I'm sorry. I feel like I know Danny don't want to get embarrassed, but I feel like he should be the one to give Boots the shot. Like I really feel like he should be the one that opened that door for Boots. So I'm a little disappointed in Danny. I mean, but I get it. You know what I mean? That's a tough step, but I think he should be the one to let that shit happen.
But wait, so who do you have in the fight that Danny has coming up between him and Benavidez, Jose Benavidez? Because
I
Danny
like
Danny
Danny.
hasn't fought in 2 years. Like he's literally been living his life, drinking, not working out whatsoever. Like, do you even know what Danny we're
But
gonna get? Uh,
from what I hear
what
out
do you
there in
hear?
the
What are you
gym,
hearing? Who you heard it from?
I ain't gonna say who I heard it from, but I heard Danny is cracking. I heard Danny out there cracking. So
You heard it from Danny
yeah,
because Danny's the one that said it, right, Jason? And Jason said he's the
nah,
Yeah,
one
he
that
did.
he's the one that said he's been cracking harder in the interview. So
Because he
I
said
I
he didn't have to
I, I
cut the
heard
weight.
I
He didn't
heard he
have to cut the
cracking
weight
though.
no more.
I
he's
don't.
not gonna say, yeah, I've been looking like shit in the gym or
No
like
fighter's gonna say that. But again,
yeah.
and then I seen a lot of people look great in the gym, and then come fight night, it don't translate. So that don't mean shit either. Like that really doesn't mean shit. So I mean, I would
True.
favor Danny. I would favor Danny in this fight though. I'll give that to him.
To be honest with you, I've only seen Benavidez fight twice. You know, he's obviously not his brother. He don't have that type of style or that build. But I don't know. It's hard to call because I'm not that big of Danny Garcia fan. I think he definitely has good power. You know, great power. But you know what I mean. He's I don't know. To me, I see he's kind of slow and predictable. Because he's going to come with that hook. What you about to say, Mike?
Oh no, I just think I agree with you, but especially younger that Benavidez' brother, I feel like y'all said Danny drinking. Benavidez on the cocoa, man. He's sniffing coke and things of that nature.
No,
So
but
I
wait,
think
no,
this is
wasn't
perfect. This
are
is
we mixing
perfect for
up
Danny.
brothers?
Well,
Are we mixing up brothers?
both of them. I remember the
Both,
only
yeah,
David
because
Benavidez
They,
is the one who
man, they both on
who had
coke,
the
bro. They
sugar.
both on
He said
coke.
they both.
they,
He said they
let's
both.
be let's be let's be real now. They both love the
so
coke.
you're saying they both on it, and David was the one that got caught.
Facts. But look, oh, I think the smaller Benavidez, he's a beast at the smaller weights. I thought that was a great fight when him and Crawford fought, when him and Bud fought. But I think 154 gonna be too much for him. I like Danny. I like Danny by. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a slow fight at first because Danny always looking to counter. Danny's not gonna throw a lot of punches, but I feel like he's gonna catch him. I'm gonna say like ninth, 10th round TKO. I give it to Danny.
Yeah,
So
I just hope it's a
Ronnie
KO.
Bravo begs to differ. He says sometimes Danny has an annoying habit of fighting down to his competition.
He
I think he
does. He
might
does.
lose. I think he might lose this one. So
It's a good.
so
That's a good.
that's a great assessment. That's a great
It
assessment.
is.
Ronnie Bravo. I keep wanting to change your name to Johnny. But that's a clever name. That's a clever name. So I give you that. So we'll
If
see.
we
But you
got
know
the
what?
Wi-Fi to rock, let me pull up a drink. Then I thought it was going to cut me out, but yeah, I'm out here in the middle of Texas, man. It's being disrespectful to
No, but you
But you
got
know
your.
what?
It's
I'm
working now. So
me.
I'm more looking forward to my man Frank Martin. As for I want to see Frank Martin.
no, I was talking about that
Um,
when I first came on. That I didn't even know that he was fighting until yesterday, and only
yeah,
because his opponent, that he was originally scheduled to fight, had to back out because he was having visa issues and he couldn't fly
Nunez.
in.
Yeah,
So I was just like,
Oh
wow, I
oh
the
didn't
oh
even know this
Dominican
man was
Nunez.
fighting.
oh!
I
I'm
didn't even
sorry.
know he
So
was
so
fighting.
he's not fighting the same guy he was going to fight before. I didn't know that.
No, he was
No,
about to fight Nunez, but now he's fighting the guy that actually Jackson Martinez. I think that's the one who actually beat Raleigh.
yeah,
And they robbed him in a Raleigh fight.
Rolly was gifted the win, yeah, but then
You,
he
t-
got beat by Comey, yeah.
you talking about the Nunez that fought on the Benavidez
The one that
undercard,
fought
huh?
Tank. The one that fought
Oh,
Tank
okay, okay.
in Baltimore.
I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't know if I'm overrating him because the guys that he fought, but I'm big on Frank Martin. I want to see him. I want to see him in Tank. Not yet,
See,
but I say give it
Mm,
like one more year. I want to see him in
mm,
Tank next year. I
eh,
do.
mm.
see, this
Right, I
is
want
my
to see.
thing, Mike. The way I rate fighters, I'm not a big resume watcher. I'm a big talent watcher. Why? Because the resumes come. Okay, so if you don't have the talent, I don't care who you fought. I'm not going to be motivated to see you. You know what I mean?
Mm,
When I see fighters in a younger stage before they get the big names, that's what I get. I
cheers, man.
remember watching Tank when he was on Spike TV. You know what I mean? 11-0. That's when I said this guy is going to be the goods. This is when I jumped on because I said I watch talent. When I see Frank Martin, I see the crisp sharpness. I see the defense. I see him looking like a smaller version of Boots. So this is why I'm high on him. You know what I mean? And I was
Well,
screaming Boots for the last few years, and everybody ignored him. And all of a sudden, he beats Lipnitz, and oh, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm like, I've been telling you guys. I've asked. I had a different Twitter conversation with the different writers. Like, why don't you guys write more stories on Boots? This was before the Lipness fight. I said, why don't you guys fight? I said, come on, the guy's like 27-0. Why don't you even talk about him? This guy's an incredible talent. Boxing writers and media. Your job is to grow the sport, promote the sport, not just the ones who are artificially anointed. That's my little phrase there. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people they want to push on you. Oh, he's the greatest thing. No, he's not the greatest thing. You're just trying to build an economic engine around him. But Frank Martin, I am looking forward to that fight just to see him. I don't care who he's fighting, but I just love the guy. He's going to be a multi-division champion.
I gotta say, man, I wish Julius was here because, man, like Derrick,
he's coming on around 8:30.
Okay,
come on around 8:30.
Derrick James is a hell of a trainer, yo. Like he's no, come on, Nayka. Like let's give, come on.
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
Let's give credit where it's due, though.
Y'all keep okay. Okay, I said that everything. I wanted to do a Red Cup episode where everybody came in with their favorite trainers and like the worst trainers, and then I had to give me the reason why. But so this is the task for everybody next week because I said that before, but we actually never followed through with it. So next week, give me your best 3 trainers, and you gotta tell me why, and then your worst 3 trainers and why. And because I feel that a lot of these y'all put these trainers is because they have great fighters in their stable. So
Bomac has a great fighter in his stable.
But he had other fighters that people wouldn't consider as great, and he took them to the level of championship status. So you can't give me that excuse for Bomac. I don't want to hear it.
I like being a great trainer. I mean, for me, I guess, like I said, we all see what we see. To me, great trainers, you know what I mean? We're not in the gym with them. The only way we can understand what a great trainer is when we watch the fights and we see the instructions in the corner and how they prepare the fighter, whether they're up, whether they're down.
No, but that's why whatever list y'all make is definitely going to be your opinion.
Right.
It's not going to be fact. But I would love to hear exactly why, and then why you think these trainers, the 3 worst trainers, and why they are the worst trainers. Because some of the excuses, some of the reasons y'all give me why, it doesn't like resonate with what I think a good trainer.
But you know what? You know what? I disagree with a lot of people. Like I think I wouldn't call certain people that some guys call bad trainers. Like look at look at Danny and his father. Like a lot of people call Danny father a bad trainer. I don't think so. I think he took a fighter that I don't think Danny is the best in the world.
Danny's his only fighter that he trains, right?
But that's
asking,
true. But
right? Okay.
I believe so. But the fact that he took a fighter of let's say limited ability, because Danny's not the best in the world. He took him to become world champion. Like you gotta respect that. Like you have to, man.
Absolutely.
That's a great accomplishment, to be honest. Okay, like you got people like look at somebody like Tio.
So what about Teofimo? So what about Teofimo's father?
And I was going to touch on that. I think Tio has great skills. I want to see Tio get with a good trainer, like somebody who I think would be a good trainer. I think Tio would be a beast if he get with a good trainer. I really do. Tio.
So you're saying that means that his dad is not a good trainer?
His dad is horrible. Mike, I was high on Tio.
You said if he gets with a good trainer,
right?
His dad's not a good trainer.
I think Tio got it. Like for real. Like I really think he's if he had like the good train, I think Tio would be at least top 2 in that lightweight division. I know he moved up, but I think he would be top 2 for real. Like,
I mean, technically he was because he had the belts.
Well,
Well, this is the thing here. I think T.O. has obviously. I think he's regressed, but he was still a prospect, right? And so all of a sudden they thrust him into it, whatever the case may be. I actually picked him to beat Loma, but I still felt like he's in a prospect stage. I feel like it's a
Wait,
lot
you
for him to
think
go.
Teofimo is still in a prospect stage?
Yes, man.
Oh
Let me.
wow.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
No, I had to
Because
clarify what you
oh
said.
yeah, 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 because I think he's actually his growth is stunted. The Loma win stunted his growth because he's still got a lot to learn. He's got a lot of raw talent. See, there's one thing about talent, and then realizing that potential and ability. He has a lot of natural talent. He just hasn't put it all together. When I see him, like I said, before the Loma fight, I was a T.O. fan. After the Loma fight, I don't even want to hear him speak again. You know what I mean? But I still have hopes that he's going to get with a real trainer to allow him to realize his potential. But yes, I still think his growth is stunning. He's still got a lot to learn. But if he just stay with his father, he's going to continue to regress. So just because you win a title to me doesn't mean you're out of that prospect stage. When he fought, understand, I think Richard Trump Comey is trash. When I say trash, I'm like, okay, a C minus level fighter. I just don't think he's a fighter
I
with a
think he
lot of.
like B minus. I think he B minus.
I
Comey is
put.
garbage. Comey is
No, I
garbage.
think he's
Garbage.
garbage, man.
Yeah,
Y'all
he's
don't
garbage.
like
If you look
Comac?
at, think
Wow.
about it. Think about
He
it.
has no
Raw,
skill,
listen,
man.
he's just raw, athletic,
Garbage.
but
I
there's no skill behind it. His footwork is horrible.
can,
The
can,
way he punches together, like I said, I never
can I
like.
can
You
I
got to
say
watch
something?
him. You can't just look at the Loma fight. You can't just I'm not the, you can't look at the Tio fight. You got to watch him before then. You know what I mean? He
But
had just
bro,
won the belt, and you know what I mean. And well, against subpar talent that he fought mostly in Africa. So it's not nothing against him. I just think when a lot of these African fighters, when they're trained in Africa by Africans and only have them, remember, iron sharpens iron. So if you're in a place where you're not getting the best talent, maybe if Richard Comey was over here and was training since age 10, he would be awesome. But he's
So you're saying that there's trash fighters in Africa?
Nah, I think
it,
he's
not. No,
saying
no,
they
no.
limited. He limited.
they are limited. They
They're
are.
limited. Think
They
about
not
it.
as good as
They don't
him.
really
They
know
not
the
as good
ins
as
and outs
him.
of boxing like that.
They not as good as him.
They just don't have. Look at Tunde. Talk about horrible trainers. Look at Tunde with Anthony Yard. Okay, now the Lions in the camp. Okay, but I'm not. I'm not. Well, I'll wait to the when you have that segment about the trainers. But my whole thing is there are a lot of naturally gifted fighters, but unless you have the right trainer to put it all together, you know what I mean? It's just like a jigsaw puzzle. Some pieces are going to be out of the way. Richard Comey, I have not seen realized potential. And that dude has had, what, 33, 34 fights, whatever. He's about to retire in like 2 years, whatever the case may be. His time is done. So he's gone as far as he's ever going to go. And he's only going to be a punching bag from now on. And the only reason why he has a name is because of Tio and Loma. Why are fighters famous because of who you lost to? I don't
Nah,
get.
he got his name off the Comey. I mean, when he fought Robert Easter, when he fought for they was fighting for that vacant belt. And
Yeah.
we fought
He
Easter.
didn't. He didn't beat Easter.
No, I never. I didn't say he beat. I said
Okay.
that's when he became a name in boxing when he fought for the vacant belt versus Easter and lost.
Teofimo beat him the same way that Robert Easter.
And I don't have faith in Robert
That
Easter either.
same that same
I've
Nah,
never
punch.
been a Robert Easter fan.
he got
That
talent.
same
It's
punch.
just I don't know. Them guys just fight scared for some reason. They just
Do you think he's gonna come
I
back
think
to? Are you
Man.
think he's gonna come back to boxing after like he had like he got shot and everything like that. He had like somebody.
he was at the Spence fight in April. He was at the fight.
He was
facts. He
probably
was there.
drunk. Was he drunk with Adrian
Nah,
Broner?
he was nah
No,
he
I'm not
looked
trying to be
good.
funny because
That's
Nah,
what
he
what
they
they
looked
do.
good.
They
do.
be turning up with
That's what they
Adrian
do.
Broner, right?
Yeah,
The Broner
yeah.
crew. They be turning up.
Yo, but
I've never been a
it,
Easter
I
fan.
don't think he's coming back. I feel
it's
like
see
he's
that's the
trying to
thing.
make it
Like
into.
that's why boxing is so tough. Like it's hard for me to judge somebody sometimes off of past performances because sometimes these fighters they not given enough time for a full training camp. Especially if they're not on the A side. Like boxing got so much politics and shit. Like sometimes it's just your back really against the wall. I feel bad for some fighters. Like I the A-list fighters, like they're gonna be okay. Like Bud, EJ, they're going to be okay. Like they're gonna fight when I really feel like the fight gonna happen. But you know, whenever it happened, like if it happened the end of this year or if it happened the beginning of next year, like they're gonna fight at the right time. But like the B level fighters, B minus level, the B minus fighters, they get an unfair chance sometimes. So the skill is there. It's just bad opportunity. You know, I feel bad for fighters.
Uh, I think the perfect example of that you just said, I think, is Richardson Hitchens. I think he got the most talent
Facts.
in boxing, but he definitely, like, skill wise, I think he definitely up there with Devin Shakur uh, and the rest of them guys. I just think he ain't getting the opportunities that he got by signing with Mayweather Promotions. They was like holding him back.
Well, he's gone now. You know.
Yeah,
So he. Yeah, so.
I heard he might sign with Top Rank, is what I was hearing, but I don't know how true that is. Hopefully that does happen because they got a lot of 40-pounders for him. If you do,
For who? What? Which fighter was that?
Hitchens.
Oh, Hitchens. Okay.
We talking about the little dirty Haitian. Shout out to him from Brooklyn. That's my guy. little Africa.
Oh
Now I
my
like that
God.
kid. I like that kid for real. I like him.
It's a horrible way to like say. Like,
you know how Brooklyn people talk. When I say,
I know, but it just
New
sounds
Yorkers,
bad.
y'all not from there. I love my Haitians. Like I'm not saying dirty Haitian.
I
like
have
I'm
all
talking
New
about
Yorkers subscribers.
Like,
so
come on, y'all.
Gotta, like,
don't do that, y'all.
I don't have all New Yorker subscribers. A lot of my subscribers are actually from Texas.
Texas.
Y'all don't.
Spence fans. The Spence fans just subscribers.
I'm not a media. I'm not a media guy.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
Because they want to hear what you're going to say, smart.
But no, because I'm actually a Spence fan and a Bud fan, but I like Bud
That's
more.
the first time I've heard you say that.
No, that's not the first. That's
Me
not
too,
the
Mike.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud.
No, that's not. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That's not the first time I've ever said that. I just said that I'm a bigger Bud fan, and I don't like a lot of Spence fanatics. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of Spence fanatics that are just like very. Oh my God! I can't even begin.
Here's the real tea. Here's the real tea, Nayka. I don't think Spence like a lot of Spence fanatics. That's why I'm glad he called them out a little bit.
Speak on it.
He called them out a little.
Yeah, he did. Let me find that tweet. Let me find that tweet. He damn sure did. You know, I wish he would have put a name on it though. I wish he would have put a name on it.
That would have been
that would have made my day.
Me and you on the same page with that. I was like, damn, why you
Yeah, I wish he would have put a name on it.
Say your name, Spence. Word.
I wish he would have put a name on it because I don't like to speculate. All right, so
we know who he's talking about, though. We know who he's talking about.
No, but I don't want to speculate. I wanna know for sure. You know.
Yeah, but like you listen, I've always maintained, and I had some people that I was cool with that didn't want to rock because I said I like both fighters. They want me to be all Spence. I'm like, no, that's just not how it works. I could like both fighters and appreciate their skills. I just you have to choose, and I picked Spence as the person I think is going to win. But still going to walk into the Hall of Fame. He's still a great fighter, but I've just made my choice.
Spence came with the New York lingo. He said facts. Uh-huh.
Yeah. He goes, so this guy, random black guy tweeted, y'all YouTube motherfuckers have made a lot of money off of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. This shit is bad. Y'all post clickbait videos with fake inside sources on old footage. This is ridiculous. Y'all need to tighten up for real. And Errol Spence retweeted it and quote tweeted it and said facts. But I know that they're speaking about certain people, but I wish that they would have put the names on it because, I'm just curious. I don't like to speculate.
Did y'all cover? I know I came in late. Did y'all cover the fact that Loma coming back? Did y'all talk about that?
No, we haven't. So
Okay.
that's a
Now,
good one.
this is my thing. Of course, I've been busting a little ass for that because people are so excited. Oh, he's going yeah, Lomer Haney. Let's
Yeah.
get it. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. It's going to be October at Lomer Haney. No, he lost. Loma needed if Loma needed want to. He's the same person who got the franchise protected to avoid Haney. For undisputed. Why should he get the first crack? If you want Haney, you got to go through Tank. Loma Tank, the winner gets Haney for undisputed. I'm down with that, but I'm offended why you think this guy can come back. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden just jump in. You forget he lost, and then the fighting again. Trash Nakatani and Trash Comey doesn't that doesn't automatically equate to you get jumping the line and get a shot for undisputed. I'm offended.
I mean, I don't think it's a surprise, to be honest. I feel like this is what's gonna happen. So I'm not
Listen,
shocked. But maybe Haney wants this as well, because uh he likes to silence the haters, and this is another task that he probably would love to dominate and shut the haters up. And then what would people say after that? Like, okay, I beat
facts.
the man with all the belts, and now I beat Loma. Like, all right, give me my next class. So you
You
know
know what? I gotta take a second just to give Dev his credit. Like, I don't think Dev is the best fighter at 135, but I respect the fact that he believed in himself and he want to. It really seemed like he want to fight the best. Like that, I really feel like Dev don't mind fighting the best. Like, I don't think he'd duck anybody, and that's good to see. It's good to see in this
Look,
in this
look,
watered
look at
down
D Nice.
boxing era.
Look at D Nice. Loma
Love to
has
see
won
it
his
though.
last two fights against two stiffs that he got from the morgue.
I
Come
tell you
on,
what though,
buddy.
checkmate. I will. I don't know. You know what? I might put money down on Loma when him and Dad fight.
For
If you
who?
want to take that,
Ooh,
checkmate. I might put money down
really?
on Loma.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm, a,
I might put money down.
I'm gonna put my money on Devin for that. Uh, uh, but I need, but this is the problem is I need Tank to get that Loma body. See, this is my problem. Listen, y'all, Tank is my favorite fighter. Make no bones about it. We all got to pick a favorite, right? You know.
So wait.
So
Somebody did. Somebody. I think it was Jason. I don't know who it was, but somebody said, "Is Checkmate coming on?" I said, no. I think I said it's Check. I think
Yeah, that
Checkmate is
was
coming
me.
on.
I know he
Yeah.
was
And you were
going
just
out of
like,
release the last.
is that the tank guy?
you say I'm
So
going at
everybody
least
knows you're a tank guy.
Hey,
because I
checkmate.
recognize talent.
Checkmate. I'm sorry. I'm a check. Listen. I'm a take fan too, but I'm tired of Mayweather coming out
That's
even
what I'm
now.
trying. Let me get. That's what I'm trying to get to,
Why
Mike. That's
everybody why everybody want to fight
Mike.
my fighter? Come on, Mayweather.
No,
Calm
Mike.
down, brother.
Mike.
Calm down,
This is what I
man.
want to get to. This is my point.
Calm down. You
I
pop.
do not approve of these. This for me. I think they're missing a lot. Tank should be catching these bodies, getting these accolades. You know what I mean? He should have been the first to do X, Y, Z. I don't want Tank to just to be a person just selling out and fighting random folks and be the circus star. I need him to get these legacy fights. I don't want to see the prancing around. I want him to fight every single
But is he
fighter
still
that you
officially
guys
with Mayweather?
call the. Yeah, yeah. I want you. I
Did
want
we
to
sign?
see. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
Floyd said the other day, and and uh
wow.
so I'm not gonna get into that little
Tank
business
played himself with that one. But Tank played himself with that one.
but
For
I
real.
need.
He
This is
did.
my
He
problem.
did.
This is my
Oh,
problem. They need to. Tank should have. First of all, I felt like he should have went for 130 undisputed. Okay, I understand Tevin Farmer was playing hard to get, and he turned down the 2 million. Okay, go for the next champion. Okay, whatever the case may be. I just think there's a lot of dancing around when Tank could be really cementing his legacy already. And now, trust me, like I said, the skills. Again, this guy is incredible. You know what I mean? I think he is the number one at 135. Frank Martin told you that Tank's the number one at 135. Shakur's told you Tank is number one at 135. Okay. These guys got Tank in their in their top pound for pound list. So the skill is there, but like you, Mike, I don't agree
You don't
with
see it
the
all.
movement. I don't like that at all. I need him to catch these bodies.
And, And let me say this, I you know what? I'd rather see Dev versus Tank rather than Dev versus Loma. I think Dev versus Tank is a very interesting fight because Dev is a strong. He's strong. He's long pause. You know what I mean? He gonna keep Tank off of him. I think a little bit until Tank. That's a very interesting fight. I want to see that fight more than Dev
I
Loma.
know Devin
I
want
want
to
to see
fight. I know
Dev Tank.
Bill want to fight.
Yeah, I don't
I
feel like
might I might
they
put
duck
money.
any smoke. So
They
I
don't
don't
duck smoke.
Yeah, so I think that Devin Haney probably wants
And,
this fight too. So
and you know what? I'm pretty sure Tank going to come out the favorite in that fight. So I think I'm gonna put some money down on Dev to win if they fight. I'm gonna take Dev by
What?
decision. Yeah, I'm gonna take Dev. I'm gonna take Dev decision. Yeah, man.
I, I'm
That
taking Tank by
listen,
knockout.
that that Dev is a strong and that's a
I
great
like Dev.
that's a great yeah. And
I
Tank could
like him.
definitely knock him out, but that Dev is a strong kid. He gonna put that stick on him. Keep it moving, keep turning Tank. You seen what Isaac Cruz did to him, and
Okay,
you know
no,
what I
no,
mean.
let's talk about that. Isaac Cruz, Tank had a broken hand for the last 6 rounds. He still outboxed him. I had him winning 8-4. So Isaac
I did
Cruz
too.
didn't
I
really.
did too.
So what people giving this Isaac Cruz like moral victories? I don't get it because and if you look at the 12th round, Tank's stamina was still on 12. Like his tank was still full. He had all the energy, outboxing him even in the 12th round, like it was the first round, with one arm. So when you could do that and still make Isaac Cruz swing and miss, looking like a fool like that, come on. I like Isaac Cruz. I think Isaac Cruz is a top 5. I think Isaac Cruz is ahead of
it, it, Let me
Ryan.
ask
I
you:
think,
is he better than Ryan? Oh, you said it. You said he better than Ryan.
yeah,
Okay.
of course. I think of course he's better than Ryan. I think he'll KO Ryan.
And
Miss
Isaac
why he
Nayka,
Cruz.
what you
turned down the
think?
fight then?
Miss Nayka and
What was
Jason,
that?
what y'all think about that fight?
Oh, he said something. I couldn't. What'd you say about
Yeah,
Isaac Cruz?
I said the
And
No,
why the fight didn't happen. Why was D turned down the fight? If you feel like
no,
he can
Isaac Cruz the one who offered them. Come on,
nah,
Ryan and him backed out. That's just like Ryan is keep backing. That's why I have no faith in this guy.
did you
I
read
don't.
the thing on the screen? Text me.
I'm done defending Tank. Can't defend him. He don't even ask for big fights. You have a man undisputed in the class you campaigning, and he seems content, make it easy payday. Now, Ronnie Bravo. First of all, Tank has got on camera many times and said he doesn't make his fights. He's a team player. Whatever his team tell him to fight, that's who he's
No,
going to
but
fight.
he also
Let me.
self-admittedly
One
said
second. One second.
come on,
1 second. Let me
checkmate.
land the
Don't do
plane.
that,
he
brother.
said he didn't ask
One
for the big
second. Let me
fight.
land the plane because I have a video of Tank saying
Uh-oh.
the Loma fight in 2020. You know what I mean? Where they was like, yeah, this fight should happen 2020. So you guys keep saying what Tank don't want to fight. Tank will fight anybody they put in there. Tank has never turned down a fight. Al
Hank
Heyman is his
admittedly
manager.
said that he
Floyd is
doesn't
his
ask
I think
for big
assistant.
fights.
Word. I
But,
think
but
Mayweather
but
turned down
Jamal
fights
Charlo
though.
said the same thing though. Jamal Charlo said, "I don't make my fights." He said, "I'm not into that." Earl Spencer said the same thing. So when all these fighters saying that
Yo,
they don't make
stop
their
defending
fights,
Maul,
but you
bro.
guys gonna
Stop defending little
stop.
Charlo. Stop, man. Stop.
Hold up, Mike.
Stop.
Mike. Mike. I sent you a
Stop it.
video and then you still saying that, man. I'm disappointed, brother. I
Man, I
sent you
got
the
more I got
video.
I got I got more respect for Triple G than Maul. That's a fact.
Oh
Shout out
man,
to
that's
Mel.
disrespectful. That's
Mel out here
disrespectful,
doing
man.
his thing, man.
Nike, you're
Maul
about to
out
get a
here
video,
disgracing
and
the
I don't
people.
want to hear you about to get a video, Nike. He ain't going.
I
Yeah,
got
he
more
just
respect for
But I'm
Triple
just
G.
disrespected my
saying,
man
like,
like
it
that.
wasn't a good
You
look when Tank said, I haven't asked for the big fight. Like, he literally said that himself out of his own mouth. He literally said that. Like,
okay?
nobody said that. He literally said that out of his own mouth that I haven't asked for the big fight. And I'm just like,
But let me
wow,
ask you,
come
if
on.
they're talking about the fights, why should he ask if they're already talking? If they brought Loma to him, he didn't have to say I asked for Loma because they already said we're trying to make the Loma fight. Okay, if they said we're going to make this, like what fight? Name one top 135 fighter that has fought an elite top 135 fighter. When Loma fought TOTO was still a prospect. He's still in Pampas. Okay, so and then then Tio didn't. They didn't. Why didn't he choose Tank? So then Tio
I
chose
agree with D Nice.
Cambosos. Tio chose Cambosos. Why
Yeah, put
didn't
that
he
up.
choose
I
Tank?
agree with D Nice.
Cambosos
Mel is an A
chose
plus fighter.
Haney. Why didn't he
Wall
choose Tank?
is a B fighter, B class.
Man,
He don't want to see Canelo. He don't want to see. Yo, look at YSM in the building. Shout out to
Hey, Jamel, how
YSM.
you doing?
What's good,
I
bro?
got something
Hey,
for you. I
Dino
got something for you,
Kobian,
Mike.
how
I
you
tell you
doing?
that. Let's see.
I know you
Hey,
have a video
man.
for me, but I'm just
Maul,
saying that Tank has said out of his own mouth that he hasn't
Maul got to
asked for the
step it
big
up.
fight. So how can you really defend that? Is what I'm saying. He said it himself. Sorry.
I want y'all opinion for real. I want y'all opinion on, because I think, listen, I don't like what Ryan do. I think he clout chase a lot, but I think Ryan is a better boxer than a lot of people give him credit for, to be honest. And I want y'all serious opinion. Nayka
No, I'm a
and
Ryan Garcia fan, so I'm with you on that. So
He's extremely talented. He just has a lot of
facts.
flaws. Like as far as gifts go, I feel like he's the dark horse of the division. To whereas though his ceiling's to the roof because of his size and speed, power. But like I said, it's a lot of technical flaws. Like, did y'all watch that video of him hitting the heavy bag?
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
the people were
Horrible.
people were
His
tearing him
right
apart.
hand
Okay?
turn
Yeah,
looked
he has a lot of
horrible.
flaws. But like no, but you say horrible, right? It's the
Yeah,
flaws, but the speed and explosiveness, the power is
Word.
there. So I don't know what Goosen's going to do with him. Like people talk about how Eddie Reynoso was just A-level trainer, but I thought he would iron out some of those flaws in Ryan.
True.
But maybe he wasn't there long enough. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
one fight is not enough for him to put in all the work with Ryan that he needs to put in with him. Like
I-
you need a little bit more time. Like seriously.
But I'm not sold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not sold on Eddie Reynoso. I love Canelo, but I'm not sold on Eddie Reynoso. I'm just not. Man.
me either.
I'm not.
All the look at his fighters left. They're
I
leaving
mean,
in droves. Maybe because they can't get that
say is
special
he can
team no
build a
more.
fight. That's the one thing you know. He can build a fighter from scratch.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. So I'm gonna give Goosen a little bit more time because he only had one fight with him.
Goosen is the top level. Listen, I don't care what Checkmate say. I'm taking Ryan over Lil Pitbull. I take Ryan over my man. What's my man named Cruz? I take Ryan over Cruz.
Isaac
I'll
Cruz.
take that.
We can make a bet on that. We can take a bet on that. If you want
I'll
to put your money up on
I'll
that.
take that.
Cruz. I just feel like Cruz. He don't got the size. He too small. I mean,
Nah.
you just gotta tie him up every time you get on the inside. Tie him up.
So
Hey,
Ronnie Bravo says that Reynoso's garbage. His father built Canelo.
His father did. His father did.
His father's the one that built Canelo?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Who was talking about Tank?
Probably
That's Checkmate God. That's
probably
Checkmate God.
Probably Checkmate.
So
Hey,
if you ain't hear it, YSM. So what I said was, I feel like Dev. I'm gonna take Dev in that fight because I feel like Tank gonna come out the favorite, and I think Dev gonna put that stick on him. Pause. You know, and he a big kid, so he going. You know, he gonna be able to. I think he's going. I'm taking Dev by decision if they fight.
I got Dev beating Tank for a couple different reasons.
Okay.
Tank, you know, Tank's like a rap star in the sense of, you know, when he in the booth, he fire, but when he out the booth, he partying till 4 a.m. Like Dev really lives this shit, and that's probably one of the reasons why Floyd is, I ain't gonna say avoiding Dev, but he's not gonna make that fight. He sees a lot of himself in Dev. Dev lives boxing. Dev does 2 and 3 a day.
That's a great assessment. Yes, I concur.
So, like Tank is more talented, but Dev, I feel like Dev's going to be because Dev's ready. And as far as like Tank not fighting the best, they chose to make money. I'm not mad at him for that. They chose to make Tank like an attraction, and you know that's their goal.
Tank is like a better Butterbean. He's a better version of Butterbean. That's how I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
get Tank.
messed up.
You
That's
what?
messed up.
I heard that.
Mike is being
He's
so
he's a
disrespectful
no.
tonight, man.
Tank is a beast. Like don't listen. I don't want it to sound bad because Tank is a beast. I think Tank is. Listen, he could beat anybody. He got the equalizer. His power is real, and he explosive. But come on, man. I know it was Rolly, but he gave him too many rounds to
Nah,
Rolly,
bro,
man.
he's
And
really he's really good. Like
he is.
people didn't know he could fight off the back foot. He could fight off the back foot. People like he has every tool in his box, but like I said, they chose to make money. They chose to honestly he operates and they promote him like he's a rapper. Everybody notice they take him, okay, it's in New York, then it's in ATL, then it's in LA. They take him around like he's a rapper. And
he is a superstar. He is a superstar.
They don't really care about boxing per se when it pertains to him or him getting the belts or him fighting the best. It's just you want to see Tank knock somebody out, and that's what everybody comes out for.
Okay, let me give you my opinion on that. My thing is this. I think they're basically building like, remember when Mike Tyson was fighting, it was, let me tell you something. You don't care who he's fighting. You don't care if he was fighting the dirty hot dog cart guy and you know what I mean, in New York. You don't care. Mike Tyson, it was an event every single
hot dogs
time he fought. You know what I mean?
Dirty hot dogs, word, man.
Yeah, I love the dirty hot dogs.
Nike know this.
I love those Nathan hot dogs.
I love them. Look, I love when they get the kebabs and throw the little bread on top of it.
And listen, I was gonna say, do not disrespect the street meat with that hot sauce, extra white sauce, pause. You know what I mean? Do not disrespect the street meat.
He said street meat.
No, but I'm sorry.
I love the dirty hot dog.
It's when Tank admittedly said that I haven't been asking for the big fights. That turned me off. I was just like, damn, you don't want these big fights. You don't like you just in it for the money. You yourself said I haven't. To be honest, I haven't really asked for the big fight. That's what he said. That's what he said on his mouth.
What he said was he hasn't gone and asked
for money too.
Oh well, you know.
But
we work for the bread.
But y'all didn't. I mean, but y'all. No one asked him like who's been offered to you. What big fights have been offered to you? Because they have been offered. So Tank, like he said,
he hasn't been asking.
I
haven't been asking for them either.
And he says, I'm a team player. Whatever my team think is best for me, I'm gonna take that route. That's what he said. Jamal Charlo said the same thing. Earl Spence said the same thing. These guys.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Earl said, I'm gonna clean up this side of the street.
Yes.
And then I'm coming for your shit. That's what Earl said.
Earl
said something.
But Earl didn't.
Earl
said he don't make his fights. Earl says
Earl said something completely different than what
you think that's Earl's plan or that's Al's plan? That's not Earl's plan. Al told him that's what we do.
Why is him? Let's get into this because I had this conversation with Breadman, right? I think Earl. Well, I think Al trusts Earl more than any other. Like Al trusts Earl. Al trusts Earl to go get that shit. I think Al, of course, he wanted to keep the belts on his side, but he trusts Earl to win all the belts and go get Terrence shit. That's how I feel.
Bro,
I think Al believe in Earl.
Can I say something?
That whole plan is Al's plan, bro. Them dudes no disrespect to any of them. They not calling no shot. Like they talk that shit. It sounds good on Instagram. It sounds good on YouTube. No, it's what I want, and that's what you're gonna do.
All right, but let me tell you, the bar kind of changed for Errol because first he said to Terrence Crawford, "Go get a belt, and then we can do this." And he went and got the belt, and then let me clean up the side of the street, and then do. That's what he said.
But
like
Nayka,
he changed it up. Like y'all gotta stop moving the goalposts. Y'all gotta stop moving the goalposts. This is what I'm saying.
That's real. That's real shit. But would the fight be bigger as a unified fight, or it's bigger now as an undisputed?
Y'all keep changing the goalposts. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, but you're right. You're right. I give you that. I give you that. Listen. I give you that. But again, and I go back to Breadman had a fighter with Al, but he still got a fighter with Al. And he said
Brad got a bunch of fighters. A bunch of fighters.
And he said that Al Al, like a lot of fighters hide behind Al. That's what Breadman said, and I believe him. I think some fighters hide behind Al. You don't blame Al. Don't blame Al for protecting them. Some of these fighters they hide behind them. They hide behind them.
Hey, Nike, I got a question for you. Like, I'm very critical of Earl. I'm critical of Bud. I'm like in the middle, but it seems like dudes point out everything with Earl, right? But people want to acknowledge, like, people think that Bud is like this throwback fighter that fights for the glory and legacy. Every time you hear Terrence Crawford talk, it's about money. He said he's not taking 50-50. He said he's not taking those shorts. And now you hear that he wants more guaranteed money. So
no, that's fake media. Don't listen to that, bro.
No. Listen. I don't get my news from other media outlets. I get my news from my folks. He wants more guaranteed money, and I got no issue with that. But when people go to tell this story, they're going to make it seem like Terrence Crawford just wants to smoke. No, he's a businessman too, and they're conducting business.
And then he should be a businessman. I don't understand why y'all don't want him to be a businessman.
No.
Like,
I'm saying,
like I don't understand. He's been asking for this fight for the longest. So, but you know what? Now that he has the leverage and he knows that he can make the money that he needs to make, yeah, be the businessman. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he's the fight that needs to be made to be undisputed. Yeah, he does have leverage.
They don't really care about undisputed.
Yeah, they do.
Why is him, right?
This is what will shut up all the Bud fans for the Spence fans. To be honest,
Nayka, since when does Al Heyman and PBC care about what the fans say?
I'm not talking about PBC. I'm talking about for the fans. That's what they want for them. They want Errol Spence to be undisputed so they can have that shit talking coin. Like, come on, let's just be real.
No, that's not true.
Jay,
that's not true.
That is so true.
That's not true. No, ma'am. That's not true.
So what's true?
Jay, you said you had 50%. My bad. You said you put 50% on Earl too. So what do you blame with Earl as far as with the fight not happening yet? I think the fight going. Why you blame Earl as far as it? No, why is Sim Media?
Oh, all right. So Earl moves the goalpost like Nike said, right? So one moment is get a belt. Next moment is you on the wrong side of the street. Like he constantly moves the goalpost. He has different energy when it comes to Terrence Crawford. My beef with Terrence Crawford is he acted like he wanted that Earl fight and that Earl was ducking him when that's not reality. You were the undisputed champion at 140 pounds. You could have challenged for any belt moving up. You could have petitioned to be the mandatory for any belt. You chose Jeff Horn because it made business sense. So Al and them, they making business moves, Bud and them, they making business moves. But it seemed like one side just gets criticized for it. I don't like that. Everybody's doing the same stuff.
Jamil, let me ask you, from the beginning.
Wait, checkmate, real fast, check. I'm sorry, sir. You know, who is that? Jamil? Is that VSM or YSM?
Why?
Right on YSM, yes, sir. I'm cool with all that, man. But like, we're talking about this fight, though. That's what we're talking about.
No, he asked me a specific question.
Well, from the beginning, Spence has said, I'm going to get all the belts on this side and fight you for undisputed, which will be a historic undisputed because it will be Bud second and Earl first. Let me finish my statement, sir. Because it doesn't matter if this was the plan. I can go back for the last couple of years and Earl Spence have said that. If he told Terry, well, get a belt, well, it made more sense, business sense, is in prestige sense and historic sense to fight for undisputed. I don't understand why people don't get that. Wait, let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my statement, sir. Why would Spence want to fight Bud and then fight who's the guy he just beat for broke his eye? What is his name? Ugas. Yeah. So why would he want to have a anticlimactic moment by fighting Bud and then fighting Ugas for undisputed? Makes no sense. This is what's wrong with boxing. Boxing fans hate Super Bowls, big events. boxing fan. We just want it now. We just want it now. Nobody has a plan. Earl had a plan. He stuck to it, and he's getting his wish. Who cares what you guys wanted? It makes more
Be
sense for the
nice.
historic
No,
concept of
man.
boxing.
What I'm
as
trying
I'm
to
well.
sorry, bro.
what I'm trying to say to
Danny
you
was
is,
a great fight coming off the accident. Don't do
yeah,
that. Don't do that. Be
I'm not
nice. That was a
I'm
great
not
fight.
critical of the
That was a
logic.
great fight, man.
I'm not
Don't do
critical
that.
of the logic. I'm critical
Now,
of the
Mikey, I don't
switching.
know.
You
I
tell
ain't
me
giving you
one
Mikey.
thing one moment, then you tell me another thing. The logic makes sense, but the switching up. So if I gotta call out people for picking and choosing, I'm gonna call them out. See, I'm not an Earl fan. I'm not a Bud fan. I'm a boxing fan. I'm in the middle. So I see the flaws in Earl. I see the flaws in Bud. Both of them moved a certain type of way, and I'm calling them both out on it. What's wrong with that? You can't criticize Spence in this situation at all,
Not at
but
all.
you can criticize Bud.
Zero.
Then
No, I'm not
that's
criticizing
bias,
Bud at
bro.
all.
That's
I'm
so
not
biased.
criticizing. Bud made up lies. Bud was saying Spence was ducking him, but how can Spence be ducking him when he's telling man over and over? They had private phone conversations where Spence told him. He said, "I told him I'm gonna get all these belts on this PBC side first, and then I'm gonna come get you." This is he told him after he already got that belt. That's when they had that conversation. Y'all gotta realize, Bud only had 5
So,
fights at 147. He's only had 5 fights at 147. You guys act like this has been something that's been brewing for a decade, and that's ridiculous. It's like, again, this is what I just despise about boxing fans. You guys want it. I want it now. You don't care about the events, the style of it. So if I see the number one versus number two has the opportunity to fight for undisputed, I want that. That's what I want.
Bro, I'm
I
being
made
critical
posts
about
about it
what that
3
man
years ago.
said. I'm holding that
But
man accountable for what he said.
But that
You are
doesn't
held
make any sense.
accountable.
That
Wait,
doesn't make
you
any
are held
sense.
accountable. Are you not held accountable for what you say as a man?
That's
Yes or
that
no?
doesn't
but
make any sense, sir.
Why, Sim?
does Earl get a pass because of the accident or the eye injury? Does
I'm,
he get a
I'm,
pass because of
I
that?
don't,
Just
I don't
ask.
have, I don't have an issue for the timetable that it took. My only
Right.
issue was him switching up when it came to Crawford. One moment it's one thing, another moment it's the other.
Wait,
Me
right.
criticizing-
But
me
like, how did he
criticizing
switch up
Crawford,
on him though? That's where I'm losing. You're losing me. How did he switch up on him?
He said, get a belt first. Then, when he got a belt, now you're on the wrong side of the street.
No,
Then, I
no,
want to be undisputed. Wait, let me finish. And my issue with
Okay,
Terrence
sir.
Crawford is you acted like you really wanted to fight. You could have fought him when you jumped from 140 to 147. You could have picked any
Right.
belt and completion for it. You
Right.
didn't. Secondly, you re-signed with Top Rank. That shows me that deep down you really ain't checking for that fight as much as you're leading people on to believe. Like I
Mhm.
said, look at both. Criticize
So
both.
let me ask you this, right? Why I said maybe because
Go.
you know you
None of
tied
that
in
matters
with
though.
you
Hang
know
on. None of that matters. They're
you know
fighting
that.
now. They're about to fight
But,
now.
Bro,
Who cares?
but
Right.
that's
He
what I
asked,
hold on. That's what I
he
asked.
asked me a question, so I'm answering.
Hold
Ugh,
on. So let me
man.
ask this, right? So we know Boots is going to get whoever dropped the belt. Boots is going to fight for the next champion or whatever. Do you think the fight is going to happen? Earl versus Bud. You feel like that fight is going to happen next?
Yeah, it's going to happen next. It may not happen this year.
I was thinking that too. It might happen next year. I was thinking that. Now, do you think Thurman gonna give Boots a chance?
Let me ask this one question too. Like, are we mad
D-Nice,
that
I
you
want
guys
you
just
to
didn't fight back
I
in the
want you to
day?
come up. I want D-Nice to come up.
Go ahead. Come on, D Nice. Come on.
I want
Let's
D-Nice to
go.
come up because he's saying a lot of slick
Yeah, he
shit
talking shit. And
that I like. So I want him to come up, yo.
Look at
No,
her. She
but
got an ally.
someone said something
Nice.
crazy too
Don't
in the
do
chat
that.
too.
Don't do that. Don't do that. The
Someone said
accident was
something crazy in the chat too.
self-inflicted.
They said
Nah,
Al
bro.
Heyman's holding up boxing. How's that? How's he holding up boxing?
I don't
You
That's
guys
understand
what I
that.
want to
kill
know.
me with that.
I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that.
But no, not
Yeah.
you guys. I want that person specifically. Justin Dominantly, I think it is. How is he holding up boxing? Just put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. That's all you got to do.
He definitely held up to
I
154, right? He
He
held up
didn't.
154,
He's
right?
never done shit. He's never done shit. Y'all don't know anything.
I think
No,
that's
y'all
my
don't know
point.
anything. He doesn't even come on TV. He doesn't do interviews. How would?
No,
He definitely held
think
up boxing.
I do
Definitely.
think
Explain
Al.
that.
Why would you say he held?
I think
Jason
I
said
think
that he's
Al.
hella boxing. I would like to know why.
I
After
think
Mike.
Al believe on certain. I think Al believe in certain fighters. Like with 154, I think he believed in Mel. I think he believed in Stephen Fulton. I think he believes Stephen Fulton gonna go get everything.
So that holds up boxing?
I don't
Yeah,
believe he gonna make the
No,
fight
no, no. I'm not
anyway, bro.
saying. I'm not saying. What? I think he will. I think he
I'm
Hey,
not
will.
saying
hey,
I'm
I
not
bro,
think.
saying Cool Boy
I think he
begging to
believe in
fight.
bro,
Fulton.
That's not what I'm
you
saying. I
I
don't
said
think he
think
you
he'll
believes in
fight
saying he
Fulton.
nobody.
believed in Mel. All that fights, they Al Heyman fighters, all of them. So him
oh,
believing in
right.
Mel is
So they fought
irrelevant.
each other.
Damn,
Yeah, it don't matter.
They
that's a
fought
good
each
That's
thing.
other.
You're
that's
right.
the
You're right.
only
You're right.
that's the only
You're
reason
right.
why fights happen. They're either really
Oh,
big where everybody's gonna make so much money, or they're on one side. That's it.
Jamel, let me ask you
Yes.
this.
Mel
PBC
did
had
call out the
all the
tall
one.
lanky nigga though. He did. He did.
PBC
He called.
He's
He
an Al
called him
Heyman
PBC
out.
fighter too.
PBC
He did.
had all the
Damn.
140.
Damn. Yeah.
PBC had all the 154 fights, right? They all
Yeah.
fought each other, right? All
Yep.
the champs, everybody
Yep.
fought each other, right? All
Mhm.
the 147 fighters on PBC side fought each other, right? Everybody getting it in, right?
Just about except for Keith
Okay,
and Earl, but yeah.
okay. Well, Keith. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but Keith fought who he fought again.
Yes.
Keith,
Yeah.
we've been sidelined. But my point
Let
is,
D
they
nice up.
fight
D
each
nice
other.
come.
Earl Heyman doesn't hold
Yeah,
them
I
up.
like
When
be
you
nice.
look at the zone, when you look at the zone and 160, how
Oh, he
many
cooking
of
with
the
grease.
zone? How many of the zone 160 fighters have made unification bouts?
You're
How
100%
many?
right. None of them.
And how many of the zone 160 fighters were even allowed to even fight Jamal Charlo? Play the tape,
Stop.
Nayka.
Stop. Stop.
All right, wait, no,
Stop
let me play.
defending
Let me play the
Ball, bro.
video that Checkmate sent me.
Stop.
I'm
Oh
gonna be.
God.
This
I'm
This for
gonna.
Ball.
play.
Wait,
This is
hold
about the
on.
160. This is
Okay.
exactly what we talk about who's holding up fighting. Okay.
All right, hold on.
Checkmate. I'm sorry. Jamal Charlo is a B-level fighter, bro. He just
Who?
is, man. He's not Mel. He's not Mel. He's not
Yo,
Mel,
Hold on.
bro.
he got
Hold
the.
He's
on.
not Mel.
It's
Hold
it's
All
a
on.
right.
big difference when you on the side with the fights.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
B level's really good.
Yo, Checkmate is a fool, yo, I swear to God.
You know how the boxing media works, right? So they'll say, Maul, there was so much smoke. Why then did none of those fights come to fruition? So Canelo basically said no, like 50 million from my understanding.
Canelo turned the opportunity down. I mean, I was at 154. Canelo was at 154. I had a belt. He had a belt. He didn't fight me. I'm moving up to 60 when he was at 60. He moved up. What I got to do? Keep chasing him with my legacy? It is what it is. I'm going to just keep winning. He turned down $50 million. I mean,
Jaime Munguia. Hey, what happened with Munguia, and why haven't you pushed harder for the Triple G fight?
nothing really happened with Munguia. I just never got a chance to deliver that contract. Munguia went with his guys. Triple G, on the other hand, he was been at 60. He was the monster at 60. And I beat Golovkin. Then with Canelo trying to fight me.
Where the fuck is GGG? If I can't get
Oh,
Canelo,
this is
at
where he
least I
gets
can get
GGG.
GGG, right?
Andre tried to petition the WBC to make you
Checkmate.
fight
I'm
Canelo.
sorry, bro. I can't.
Back in November,
My fucking
Andre
connection
petitioned the
fucked me up.
WBC to make him
I
your
got that video.
mandatory. Did your side to attempt to accept that petition?
We accepted it. What happened to Andre? What happened to Demetrius Andre? Dude has no pride.
That's pretty funny. Said dude has no
I
pride.
don't really pick my fights. I'm not really like into that. You tell me who I fight, I'm gonna fight him. I'm getting overlooked right now. It's not me, y'all.
Like Charlo must come to the zone.
Yeah, he must.
In order for any of those big middleweight fights to happen.
Yeah, he must, because the zone have the entire roster of middleweight world champions. So people like Charlo, you no fights for you.
It's not me, y'all.
If you want to be a world middleweight champion, you better join the zone ASAP. And you want to fight the champions who are on the zone. I don't mean to be arrogant and say you've got to join with the zone, otherwise you're going to be frozen out. But obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, that answered
Checkmate.
all
Crazy.
of your questions. Every single one of those 160 fighters have been sent an offer. They all rejected Charlo, included Andre.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Please.
Let me land my
Checkmate.
plane. me play my plane.
Play your plane,
They
my
all
brother.
offered it.
Play
So
your
no
plane.
matter what you say about Charlo, the proof is there. Everything is there.
Little
I even
Charlo.
spoke to Steve. I even
I
spoke to
Yo,
Steven Espinoza. Steven
I never
Espinoza
disrespected
confirmed.
Mel.
Okay,
Never
okay.
disrespected
We
Mel.
talk about Maul. We're talking about the
I'm
160.
talking
But you,
about Maul.
Mike,
The
you
jungle.
told me
The
you said
jungle.
why he not fighting the big fights. So when
He's a runner. He's a track
if he's
star.
fighting, if he sent
He will run
all the
away when he gets
160
hard.
fighters, if he sent all the 160 fighters contracts or offers, and they all said no, how can you blame the man? He's fighting whoever they put in the ring with him, my brother.
yo, the
Defending his
Andre. A lot
belt
of people
too.
don't realize that Andre. They offered him Charlo in a multi-fight deal.
That's
With
a
Showtime.
fact.
He turned it down,
That's a
and
fact.
he re-signed with the Zone. And people blame Charlo for that fight not
I'm not
happening.
giving Mel credit.
But like,
I agree.
yo,
I agree.
You know they
Andre,
just offered Charlo. You just know they just offered him Andre the offer this year though, right? I mean, he turned it down in December. Well,
I didn't know
meant
that.
Year, but December. That's what the video was about. Look at Steven Espinoza on there. But
yeah, I wasn't even talking about that one. I'm
But
talking about the one
checkmate.
that happened a couple years back.
I'm talking about the Canelo thing. Even Big Charlo, Jamel said that more the one that turned down that. Mel said he ain't turning down no fucking. He did. Stop defending this dude, bro. Stop defending him, man. Come on, bro. Oh man. Checkmate wilding for more, bro.
I'm just fixing myself a drink, you guys. Hold on.
listen, they misconstrued in what he said, right? Maul said, listen, he was on live. They kept cussing at him doing. He said, listen, I'm 154 champ. You know, I ain't turned down no Canelo fight. All he said that I'm 154. And then I got another video where he says, I'm not scared of Canelo, my brother not either. But everybody ignored that. Why would he? Y'all take things and just make things because you don't like a certain fighter. You just
checkmate. Checkmate. You got fighters that said that Maul even said that Mel even said that Maul didn't want no work with Canelo. Like you got fighters that said that, bro.
But how can you
what
say
was the
that
fighter
when
that
he's been
said that,
chasing?
man?
But he's been
What was
chasing. He has been chasing.
I wish I heard.
He has been chasing Canelo for years, man, since 154. So how can you say he didn't want it? Jamal Charlo was Canelo's mandatory, and you know what I mean. And then what he do? He franchise protected to avoid him and left. Canelo only fought 2 fighters at 160 before running his ass off. You know what I'm saying? So he only fought 2 fighters at 160 and hightailed it. But you blaming Jamal Charlo for not wanting that smoke? I just showed you the video where all of them. And so then people complaining about Selecki fight, right? Selecki is 30-2, right? Selecki only losses were the Jacobs and Andre, right? Everybody's why is he fighting them? But guess what? They were happy for him when he fought Devinchenko was 13-4. You know what I'm saying? Or they was happy about him fighting him, but they not happy about him fighting Selecki. I don't.
Let me get this. Francis.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? This is your first time up here. Nice to meet you. This is my regular panel up here. I want to see what you have to chime in on this. What do you have to say about
what's up, Francis?
What's going on, everybody? Salute to everybody, man. Just appreciate you allowing everybody to come up here and just freestyle and get their thing off. I was actually enjoying the conversation these two brothers are having, and I was gonna jump in when I get a little bit more information on it. But I just want to say thank y'all for for having me up here. Continue, and I'll definitely jump in as I see fit.
All right, perfect.
I want to know why Mike is ignoring the evidence that I bring forth, brother. I never put my emotion. It's not about my. I never present my opinion.
I'm so sorry, brother. Listen, checkmate. I'm so sorry, my brother. I'm in the middle of Texas. You know what I mean? I know I work in the oil field. I'm out here. I'll be in New York.
So you didn't see the video?
Have a show on Sunday. We could debate this. I promise, bro.
You didn't see the video?
We could debate this.
No, because his internet was bad.
Oh, he didn't.
Bro, you sent me the video.
No,
No, he
this
did.
is
See
the
the
updated.
video. I got the
This is
video.
the
So
updated.
so checkmate,
this
tag him on the video that you sent me
Yeah,
so that he
yeah.
could
This is
see
the
it on his
updated
phone
one.
later.
This is the one that Eddie Hearn at the end of the video. Eddie Hearn says, "I got all the champs. You think I'm not? I'll be arrogant to say I'm gonna freeze you out, but obviously." So Eddie Hearn tell you over and over again he's freezing Jamal Charlo out, and you know the zone got all the top 160s, but you guys still blaming Charlo. I don't get it. Don't blame the fighter if they're willing to fight anybody. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. If you don't like him because you don't like his style, I can accept that. If you don't like, you know what I mean? If you like, well,
Bro,
no, he's that,
I
but that I can accept
like
that.
Maul's style. Yo, he hit my boy J Rock with one of the best counter uppercuts
So what is your
I've ever
beef
seen
with
in
him?
my life, bro. One of the
So what
best
is your
counter
beef with
uppercuts
him?
I've ever seen in my life, man. He don't fight the best, man. He do not fight the best. That's my beef with him, bro. I'm sorry. Mel fight the best. Earl Spence
Nayka.
fight
And
the
not for
best.
nothing, Mike has always had the same
Bro.
energy with him, so it's
Come on,
never
man.
I
changed.
don't
It's
get
never
it
switched
because
up.
he's a smart guy, but I just think he's being illogical on this particular subject. I rock with Mike, but this one he just has. He's ignoring all the information I put out. Now, Francis, you just saw the video.
No, I didn't see it.
You said,
All right,
okay,
you
Nike.
want me to
What did you
play
think
it
about the
again?
video, Nike?
Play it
What
again.
did you think? Okay, play it
All
again.
right, we're gonna play it again. Hold on.
Justin, yeah, answer that question though in the comments. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn now, redirecting. I need you to answer that question, G.
What was the question? I don't know.
You said Al Heyman is holding up boxing. And now you're talking about Eddie Hearn. Come on, dog.
Okay, here goes the video.
You know how the boxing media works, right? So they'll say, Maul, there was so much smoke. Why then did none of those fights come to fruition? You know, Canelo basically said no, like 50 million from my understanding.
Canelo turned the opportunity down. I mean, I was at 154. Canelo was at 154. I had a belt. He had a belt. He didn't fight me. I moved up to 60 when he was at 60. He moved up. What I got to do? Keep chasing him with my legacy? It is what it is. I'm going to just keep winning. He turned down $50 million. I mean,
Jaime Munguia. Hey, what happened with Munguia, and why haven't you pushed harder for the Triple G fight?
nothing really happened with Munguia. I just never got a chance to deliver that contract. Munguia went with his guys. Triple G, on the other hand, he was been at 60. He was the monster at 60. And I beat Golovkin. Then with Canelo trying to fight me.
Where the fuck is GGG? If I can't get Canelo, at least I can get GGG, right?
GGG. Oh, I hate that.
Andre tried to petition the WBC to make you fight him. Back in November, Andre petitioned the WBC to make him your mandatory. Did your side to attempt to accept that petition?
We accepted it. What happened to Andre? What happened to Demetrius Andre? Dude has no pride. I don't really pick my fights. I'm not really like into that. You tell me who I fight, I'm gonna fight him. I'm getting overlooked right now. It's not me, y'all.
Like like Charlo must come to the zone.
Yeah, he must.
In order for any of those big middleweight fights to happen.
Yeah, he must, because the zone have the entire roster of middleweight world champions. So people like Charlo, you've no fights for you.
It's not me, y'all.
If you want to be a world middleweight champion, you better join the zone ASAP. And you want to fight the champions who are on the zone. I don't mean to be arrogant and say, you've got to join with the zone, otherwise you're going to be frozen out. But obviously...
all the answers are right there.
I'll go first if you don't mind.
Go ahead,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Wait,
break
before you start, post your page in the chat so
Alright,
people
will
can
do.
subscribe to you.
Appreciate that. I'm gonna break it down by saying that Charlo, it's not his fault partly, and the part of it that I feel like it's not his fault is because they make it very evident at PBC Showtime that they're not really gonna allow their fighters to fight on the zone. But it's not only their company as well too. You know, Top Rank's very adamant about that. As you have Better Beav, just be Joe Smith. He wants to fight Bevo for unification, but Bob Arum over his body will not allow it to happen on Dead Zone, as he calls it. So that right there kind of makes things a little bit difficult. When it comes to Andre, they've had bad blood for a long time. There was some contract dispute happened years ago. And yeah, you're supposed to let bygones be bygones, especially when there's millions involved. But I guess for some people, it's just keep the same energy at the same time, all the time. When it comes to Eddie Hearn wanting to freeze everybody out, you got to remember it. Bob Arum and BBC do it. When they got all the welterweights at 147, they say you got to cross the street. When they got all the lightweights at 135 or 130, you got to cross the street. So they just doing the same. They just trying to corner the market however they can as well too, by trying to get everybody at 160, maybe 168. So yeah, you tell us we got to cross the street. Now you got to cross the street. So it's that type of foolishness that be going on in boxing. So it's more of a positioning more than it is freezing out one Jamal Charlo. Obviously, because they offered him a deal to try to sign him. So they know the talent that he possesses, just that everybody's trying to hold down their end of the business deals by showing that they are who they are, you know what I mean, by having you cross the street, if that makes any sense. There was another GGG. I don't think GGG wants to fight Jamal Charlo.
Why do we have to call him GGG? Can we just say Triple G? Oh my God, that
That's where I got that from.
Gennady, so I'm gonna call him Little G, as Jamal calls him Little G. Little G, and so does Andre Ward call him Little G. When they fight, like, no disrespect to Triple G, obviously, Gennady Golovkin, but I don't think he wants that fight with Jamal Charlo. And if that does happen again, Jamal's going to have to go on the zone because he's going to be looked at as the A side in that particular fight. So it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that doesn't really involve us as fans and as reporters of the sport, but it is necessary for the conversation because those are the things that do slow up these fights from happening. I'm not sure if I missed one.
No, I think you hit it all.
From the beginning, Jamal Charlo said he would go on the zone if he had to fight Canelo or GGG.
Yeah, he will, but that doesn't mean that Al Heyman and the guys up at the top want that to happen.
But that was already established that they would have to, if they had to do that. You know what I mean? But you understand they've already offered GGG a contract offer. They've offered these guys, all of those guys have been offered those contract offers. Now, just like you're saying, if one side they got all the belts and they want to go ahead and do the round robin, I think that's the smartest thing to do. I had no problem if the zone wanted to say we're going to let all our 160 fighters fight and then with the winner fight Charlo. Not a problem. At least we know that there's a strategy in place. At least we know we're going to get to this undisputed. But guess what? They have not allowed any of those fighters to fight each other. Okay, so all they're doing is hoarding them. The reason why Eddie said he was hoarding them in the first place is he wanted to become like the UFC of boxing.
Yeah.
You know, so when you say, "Oh, I partly blame him," no, you can't, because he says he is willing. Even Munguia is a low hanging fruit. But he offered that low hanging fruit a contract offer because he just needs to fight a top fighter. He understands that.
But
So he's fight. Go ahead.
I'd say the part of the reason, not to cut you, why I feel like it's partly not his fault is because I don't think any fighter is scared of another fighter to say, I don't want to fight you. I'm just scared. I just think you're a better fighter than I think you're gonna knock me out. I think it's more of the things that are out of their control. If you tell them that this is the date and this is the venue to fight, I personally believe, as warriors that get between the ropes for the entertainment of people to get punched in the head, I think they take the fight. But there are other particulars that needs to be ironed out that causes these fights to not happen. So that's why I say partially. I can't really say to myself, checkmate boxing for real, that I really believe that Jamal Charlo is scared of Munguia or Gennady Golovkin. I can't bring myself to say that.
Because he offered them all contracts to fight. So Mike said GGG ain't scared of Jamal. Well, if you look at that video, when you get to the point, you'll see it'll show you the offer that was made. Offer has been sent. Such as such. This person declined the offer. It tells you. So this is new. This stuff is out there in the ether. It's not like it's just, you know what I mean? It hasn't happened. People the media ignore it, especially the media that hate Al Heyman and PBC. If they hate Al Heyman and PBC, they want to make sure they want to, downplay all of his fighters anytime they get a chance to. So why haven't they said that Andre declined the contract in November, offer in November? Why haven't they said that GGG declined several offers from Jamal Charlo? Why haven't they said, of course they said Canelo declined the $50 million to fight him, but why haven't they talked about the fact
Do you know why, checkmate? just to stop you right there. Do you know why though? I just wanted to bring it to your attention. The reason why is because he just took 40 million to fight Caleb Plant on PBC.
Okay.
So like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something huge. You just come on, it can't come on. There got to be other things. In fact, he just took 40 mil to fight Caleb Plant on PBC.
Eddie Hearn got on his knees and begged him
to come back. But
Eddie Hearn got on his knees. He said, "Please, if you fight this PBC fight, that's just going to be the end of the zone. We're going to collapse. Please, I'm guarantee you, Eddie begged and plead. He did some keep sweat on him. I'm telling you, he did.
Nayka, what do you think? I want to know what you think. You like, what do you think?
I don't feel like that Eddie Hearn did all of that. Like you have Maul on this pedestal that I just it's unreal. This pedestal is like only in your mind, checkmate. And I'm just being honest. Like I don't feel like Canelo is scared to fight Andre or Mal, like Charlo. He's not scared. Like he's been in there. He's been in the mix. Like I just feel like there's other fights that could have been made that haven't been done because I don't know what is the deal between Demetrius Andrade. I don't know why he's not getting the fights that he should be getting, to be honest. Like, and
he's got no
like,
pride.
Like what is his actual contract? Like when was it like done and when did he resign? Because he has not been getting the fights that he should be getting, and if he resign, like whose fault is that? Because y'all always love to say that about Terrence Crawford. Oh, he didn't get the fight with Terrence Crawford, but he resigned with Top Rank, and that means he don't want the fight. But yeah, I don't have that same energy for Demetrius. So I would like to know what is your logic on that. Because if Demetrius was not getting the fights that he deserved, why did he resign with Eddie Hearn? Like I don't understand. Y'all have to explain that to me. Like seriously.
I feel
that's
sorry
between Eddie and him.
I feel sorry for Andre.
When it's Crawford, y'all don't say that. Oh, it's between
Crawford.
It's between Crawford
is held differently, and he's at a higher ranking than a DA. That's why.
See, y'all don't
if
keep
I
the
could.
same energy. What I'm trying to say.
Well, of course not, Nayka.
Oh, why not? You should keep the same energy across the board.
I have the same energy.
Yeah,
my energy is that he's been sabotaged. I think
what I mean by that, real fast, mate. Real fast. What I mean by that is we're gonna keep it consistent with what the masses do and what they kind of say amongst our favorite fighters. We all know that this guy's higher than this guy, then that guy's higher than him, or this guy's lower than that guy. You know what I mean? No, we follow on that, or no? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, since we're talking about Demetrius Andrade and Terrence Crawford, who do you think is at a higher status, especially at this point?
I mean, Crawford, obviously,
yeah.
But
alrighty, then we're gonna hold him at a higher standard.
But I feel like we all agree that Demetrius Andrade should be getting bigger fights and should be getting fights, and you guys don't hold the same,
I agree with that. I agree with that, ma'am. But however, like Demetrius Andrade, geez, he's chose a path kind of like Regis, and it just has not worked out. And for that, the consequences, he's not fought nobody. He's a champion, a very well represented champion as well, and I respect that, and I like him.
That's why it's always good to have your business straight. Your business straight outside the ring, because you can be a sensational fighter, but if your business isn't straight, like you're not gonna really make it too far as a fighter, because you're gonna get into bad business deals and signing with the wrong people, and they're holding you down. They want a piece of what you got going on. So I think maybe a little bit of that had to do with the whole Demetrius Andrews situation, but definitely isn't his skill set. Definitely no. Southpaw that can fight his ass off, but it's just a matter of just, I guess, risk, one, versus reward, and two, what they're willing to pay these opponents to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? I think that has a lot to do with it. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, for me, I think it's another case of sabotaging. I think for whatever reason they sidelined him because they didn't want him to tear through their DAZN stable. So
that was a good comment earlier.
They sidelined him.
Right here?
Yes.
Yeah. So they sidelined him, and he, I don't know if y'all seen, like, after his last fight, he was telling Chris Mannix, he's like, I need you to be in my corner, Chris Mannix. Stop saying Munguia and this person, Munguia. I need to fight any of them. Why are you? And they kept saying, why you guys keep trying to force me to fight Charlo when we got all these fighters over here on our platform, on the zone? Let me fight them, and then once we fight them, then we'll deal with that. And that is
I like that.
100% fact. But Eddie never talks about it. Eddie Hearn never brings up. It's like, again, they go over to the zone and they die. Okay. They pick and choose certain fighters, but other than that, it's just like, I hate to say it, but again, if you're a Black American fighter on the zone, you have no chance. When Devin Haney was on the zone, the same thing was happening. He couldn't get nothing. Eddie Hearn wasn't, couldn't do nothing for him. You know what I mean? So it's Rashidi Ellis. He left the zone. Now he's about to fight tomorrow on PBC. They have talented fighters, but if you think about any stars that the zone have made in America, they haven't made anyone. Now they're going to say Bam Rodriguez. Oh, he just won one fight against an old slow guy. Okay, but my point is this: what Andre is a talented fighter whose career has been sabotaged, and it's the waste of talent because they're not allowing him to maximize his potential. He's getting paid at least $3 million a fight. So sometimes when you get that money, you'll sit aside and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take it." I'm rich.
So is it partly his fault as well for settling for these things? Like you gotta.
Well, he's been screaming. He's been begging. So how can we say it's his fault when he's been begging for these fights?
But he resigned. He resigned as well, didn't he? Or no?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because that money, you get the millions of guaranteed. That's the same thing Terence Crawford did. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Career sabotage.
I gotta
don't keep the same energy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I gotta add an element to it that I think you guys are slightly missing just a little bit, is the fact that when Andre signed with the zone, it was part of their new $1 billion rollout plan. If I'm not mistaken, Tevin Farmer was also one of the first ones, as well as Jesse Vargas. So their goal was to sign a lot of these fighters who it didn't really turn out the way that they wanted it to. So I feel like at that particular one, he was getting paid well. Two, they told him, listen, we're going to make this big fight for you, that big fight for you, without really knowing how difficult the waters are to tread when it comes to making these big fights as a new company.
Well, Francis, the zone, to me, I think they only signed Andre to try to get Charlo over there. They only had signed Tevin Farmer to try to get Tank over there. So they was using these people as bait. And when they couldn't pan out, they just discarded them. Tevin Farmer, that was the saddest thing in the world to see Tevin Farmer do his thing, and all of a sudden he lose one fight, and then he had a rematch clause that Eddie didn't even fight for him to get. So
that was during the pandemic, and not for nothing, Tevin Farmer, he looked like there was something.
Yeah, his eye was bugging out. He was twitching.
Something was wrong. Like I want to say, he didn't look healthy.
He was tweaking.
He was twitching.
So he was tweaking.
His eye.
I don't want to say tweaking. I was trying to find a word.
It was beyond twitching. It was a tweak.
No, he was looking for a way out, and he was getting beat up. It was a good fight.
You could see in the corner that something in his brain wasn't attacked, like his nerves or something. Something was wrong. Something was definitely wrong. I didn't want to say tweaking, but it was something else. I don't want to say tweaking.
I think it was just an off night, and when I say he was looking for a way out, that like he knew he could probably beat JoJo, but JoJo was really bringing it to him that night, and he got beat. And he got his belt taken.
But they had a rematch clause, and Eddie is known for taking people to court to honor the rematch clause. Why didn't he fight for Tevin's rematch clause? Why didn't?
But let me ask you this, checkmate.
And Tevin Farmer wasn't ready to come back at that time when it was ready for the rematch. Like it was there was more around that.
Yeah.
Now Eddie's just a promoter. He's not a financial advisor, is he?
Nah,
what do you mean financial advisor? With the financial?
Well, manager.
well, listen. There is a blurred line between promoter and managers to all of these fighters. When you look at Floyd and Tank, what Floyd said, that's my fighter. Floyd blurs the line. You know what I mean? With the Muhammad Ali Act, the fighter's management is supposed to be able to make. If they want a particular fight, they're supposed to be able to be granted that fight. But Bob Arum says the same thing. Bob Arum right now is actively trying to keep Shakur Stevenson from going for undisputed, and he's saying, "I don't want that."
I guess, yeah. But,
I don't want undisputed. It doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. So, but you want Loma to fight for. But you want Loma to fight for undisputed. You want you want Fury to fight for undisputed. You want all these fighters to fight for undisputed, but you don't want Shakur to fight for undisputed.
Let me ask you.
There's just not enough bodies for 130 for us over here.
No one's going to see that fight. Who's going to see that fight?
I feel like him.
He's right.
Oscar Valdez
it doesn't matter.
Like it kind of like refutes your claim there. Like
What's my claim?
That he doesn't want to do unified fights and stuff like that. Like he was behind the Oscar Valdez fight. So.
Oh, are you kidding me? Listen, Shakur basically he had to stalk it. And he kept saying, Bob don't want to give it to me. He kept saying that Bob don't give me that fight. He's trying to protect him. He kept calling him out.
No, because not for nothing.
Because Bob was trying to make him Neverati.
He didn't want it. Oscar Valdez didn't want that fight. He
there you go. He didn't
want the Jamel Herring fight. He didn't want those fights.
There you go.
So, but it happened. So with Shakur, so I
Shakur
feel like what you're saying.
The reason why it happened because his friends,
lawsuit.
His friends, his family.
After he filed the lawsuit.
His friends, his family of Oscar Valdez put the pressure on him, saying you ducking. And when it comes to their boxing and how they ducking is not really a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And when I say ducking, like you like staying away from a fight, everybody's asking you what's going on with Shakur, what's going on with Shakur. Like after a while as a fighter, you know what I mean? It's gonna look like you are trying to dodge that fight a little bit.
Well,
so the
remember,
pressure,
they were trying to make Neverati.
You still haven't answered my question, Justin.
They tried to make the Neverati fight. Neverati, we're going to go Neverati, and and like how you gonna make a guy who just came from 122, then went up to 126? Now you want him to fight for the 130 title? You want him to fight Valdez before Shakur fights Valdez? It didn't make any sense at all. So everybody boxing balked, and we got it. But that's not the route Bob was going. You know what I'm saying?
Bob's job is to gauge the fans. His job is to gauge, those that are willing to pay for the fights. That Navarrete versus Valdez fight was one of them fights that are interesting. They're quite interesting because they styles mesh. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican fans are going to show up, especially for, those two Mexican fighters to perform. So it's going to do well in Vegas if they put that fight in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? They can even do it in Texas. But at the same time, he understands that Shakur is one of them special fighters.
Sorry.
I mean, when the fights are available to happen, I'm sure he wanted to fight Navarrete. It's going to be a tough fight for Navarrete. He knows that. But if you can get a few fights out of Navarrete before you throw him into Shakur, why wouldn't you do that?
Right, I agree.
He wanted Navarrete and Valdez though. Bob was soon as Valdez wanted. Oh, we're gonna fight Navarrete. Shakur said no. You know what I'm saying?
Because that would have been the end of the road, man.
Listen. Bob walked off the stage. Bob wouldn't even promote Shakur and Valdez. That was the most saddest thing I ever seen in my life, man. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous how they act. Because I understand Neverati.
I think that was more
Valdez.
I think that was more Valdez because I don't think Valdez wanted that fight. To be honest, I think that was more on Valdez.
He really didn't want it, for real.
He didn't want that fight. He did not want that fight. I mean, and then we see obviously why. But
I predicted that because I didn't see Valdez as being that.
But you can't put that on Bob. I feel like that was on Valdez. Valdez did not want that fight because I feel like
I wonder how that fight.
Article after article where Bob is saying that hey, we're making Valdez. We're making Valdez Neverati. They pushed that as soon as he won. So they was basically, like I said, the only reason why I think Shakur got the Valdez fight is because Crawford filed that lawsuit. And once Crawford filed that lawsuit, Bob had I got to make it look good, like I like the blacks.
I see you, Michael, Mr. Andre. Said cap, all cap, pure cap. That's what he said. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I feel like Valdez was definitely forced to take that fight. He was forced to take that fight. He did not want that fight.
I think Canelo gave him some pressure. What do you think, Nayka?
I think so too. I think so too because Canelo's like, mira, esta raza. We need to fight. We don't duck no fight. Like he was on his ass. he was on his fucking ass.
Okay.
So he had no choice but to take the fight. Like he didn't want that fight. But Canelo was on his ass.
Nayka. But you didn't notice that Bob Arum did not want the fight. No, everybody's ignoring the fact.
I'm not gonna put that on Bob Arum. I feel like that was on
Bob Arum didn't even promote it.
I feel like that was on
checkmate.
There wasn't even a press conference. The press conference was right before the fight. Yes,
to Francis' point earlier, Bob Arum his motive is to sell fights, man.
Yeah.
That's what he's in the business of doing.
Yeah.
So just because we think that's a good fight, we want that fight. Oh, okay. I see you, Justin. All right. I'll let it go. But you can't be talking about Al Heyman like that, dog. Like Al Heyman's like salute, straight up. Where were we checking? I'm sorry, man. I'm everywhere. I'm high.
I was saying if Bob Arum, remember, even when after the fight was made, Bob Arum refused to promote the fight. And Shakur was like, why didn't you have a press conference? I don't know. Talk to Bob. Bob don't want me to have it. I don't want this. And then even the day, like the press conference, like the week of the fight, Bob Arum left the stage. And it was just Shakur and Valdez and the presenter there. He was like, wow, Bob left. He loved both you guys.
Bob don't need to be up there to sell the fight. It's between Valdez.
Sit your old ass down somewhere.
I don't want to see Arum chime
let me ask
in.
Nayka a
I want to
question.
see Valdez and Shakur talking shit. I don't want to see. I don't want to see.
One second, Francis. Let me just ask Nayka this question.
Arum jumping into a debate. It was between fucking Valdez. No, I don't want to see him do it in a face-off. Like the face-off is between Valdez and Shakur.
I'm not talking about the face-off, Nayka. I'm talking about even on the press conference on the stage when they're talking.
Arum don't need to be involved with that.
Show me one championship fight that Bob Arum did that. First time in the history of
show me one fight that Arum's input in one of those conferences made a difference. Like seriously,
it doesn't matter. This is your fight. You're supposed to promote it. You're supposed to build it up.
Show me what
that's their job as a promoter.
Arum has chimed in on has made a difference. Like what he says, it don't.
Show me one fight that Arum.
Okay, so what you're saying?
But on the real though, checkmate. Only Eddie Hearn and who's that? Oscar be talking noise. Like Bob don't really be doing it like that.
Exactly.
We definitely don't hear what Al Heyman has to say. Al Heyman. It's only Floyd. It's only Floyd. Talk shit about him because he talking about Floyd holding up Spence Crawford apparently. I see your point.
Y'all don't understand. Bob left the stage. He left. He didn't even take part doing the talk at all.
So what? Like he's not in the fight. I want to see the fighters talk. I feel like that was a bullshit excuse by Shakur. I think that was a bullshit excuse by Shakur.
Shakur said Bob. Well, that's
because y'all already say this man is old and senile. Now y'all want to hear what he has to say.
Doesn't matter.
Come on, make up your mind. Make up your mind. He's old and senile. He don't know what he's talking about. Too like he should have said something. Like come on, make up your mind.
You know,
make up your mind. You want him to talk or you want him to shut his whole ass up?
It's not about talking. It's about being on the stage representing.
Hey, checkmate. Check this out.
Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. I think it was hard,
but he got to do it. That's part of promoting. He got to do that. But also, I wanted to tell you that don't forget that the WBC Shakur Stevenson was the mandatory, and he was also he had the title, the WBO title. So Oscar Valdez also didn't have any choice but to fight because he was the mandatory for the WBC title, and he was next in line. He ducked it to fight Canseco. Well, I wouldn't say duck. He skipped it to fight Canseco. He almost lost that fight, but he had to double back and fight Shakur Stevenson. That's it.
Julius and Michael. Word. Oh.
What's going on, Jules, my brother?
Look at him.
Hey, what's good, man? I'm only stopping for a second, man, till I can get into the house and get to my laptop. I had a lot going on, man. Just picked up my car. I was just seeing how long you was going, Nayka. That's
I'm
all.
gonna try to go in. I'm gonna try to put in some hours tonight. You know.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't have to work tomorrow until 12 noon, so I'm good. And I need
All right,
the streaming
cool.
hours.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
got
come back on in like
do
30
something else.
minutes, man. What's going on with y'all
All
guys though,
right.
man? How
All
y'all
right.
feeling?
We could. They're going in on Aram, which is your favorite subject, and stuff like that.
Hey, but I'm waiting on my man fighting tomorrow, Frank Martin though.
No,
You
I
know
was
what I'm
saying
saying?
earlier
I'm looking
that
forward to that.
they didn't really promote this fight like they should have. Like I honestly did not know that he was fighting until yesterday when they said his original opponent had to back out because he had visa issues and he couldn't fly in. So then
Well, you've been working too hard because I've been knowing about this fight forever.
No, I don't.
Okay,
Even
that's a
though I've
lie.
been
Maybe
working
like
crazy,
2-3 weeks.
No, even though I've been working, I still kind of try to follow up with the Twitter stuff. I honestly didn't know that he was fighting this weekend. I'm just being honest. Who honestly knew he was fighting this weekend? Like
I did.
No, I don't feel like the I don't
At
feel
least
like
2 weeks.
Only
At
on
y'all
least
feel
2
like
weeks.
y'all feel like they were promoting this fight like that.
Only 2. But okay, what do you mean by promote though?
I did not know this man was fighting this weekend, yo. I swear to God, I did not know until yesterday, until I saw the story. Like, oh, he has a new opponent because his original opponent had visa issues. That's the only time that I heard that he was actually fighting this weekend. I'm being honest.
Frank Martin, the ghost.
Yeah, and it was a ghost promotion as well.
I got to speak to him this week, actually.
You know why it was a ghost promotion? It's because it's Ray Vargas and Mark Maxeo.
Yeah, the main. That's the main card.
Yeah, that's the main card, and Frank is building his way up through obviously man down promotions and his fights that he's putting on as well as performances. But I mean, a better main event would definitely cause a little more stir.
That's fair. That's fair, Francis. But we're in the dog days of summer boxing right now. There's not much going on. Steven and company hasn't revealed their schedule. I know Top Rank, they have more to offer because they've only revealed maybe 3 fights. So we're in the dog days, and we'll get there when we get there.
Look, Ray Jackson, the infamous BBW lover on Twitter, he's from Texas. He didn't even know Frank Martin was fighting. So I'm telling you, like the promotion. I mean, I guess because he wasn't the main card, but I honestly did not know that he was fighting until his original opponent was deemed to be backed out because of the visa issues. So I'm just being honest. Like there was no promotion.
Again,
ghost promotion.
Okay, that's fair. But this is also fair too. They just released the undercard information maybe 2-3 weeks ago. That was the first time I saw of it, like the undercard, because Figueroa's fighting in company, Castro. There's more people fighting. Or no, I'm thinking of another card actually. My bad. But yeah, they just released that information about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3. So it is what it is. Dog days.
It's an undercard. We'll just leave it at that.
But I mean, I feel like Frank Martin is on the rise, as he's on the rise, and he's been co-signed by a lot of fighters like Errol Spence and things. So I feel like this should have had a little bit more backing and a little bit more promotion than it has, and that's just me being honest. And I mean, if somebody from Texas is saying, Ray Jackson saying that he's from Texas and he didn't even know Frank Martin was fighting, like, come on, that's telling.
We're listening to Ray Jackson now, huh? That's where we're
Ray Jackson is from Texas, and no, not for nothing. Ray Jackson has turned into one of the biggest Twitter trolls. But if he's from Texas and he didn't know that Frank Martin was fighting, that's just real shit. Like the promotion was shitty on the fight. The promotion was shitty on the fight, and that's okay.
Listen, I'm from California.
Nayka.
The promotion was shitty. It was.
Whenever Nayka can shit on man down, she's gonna do that. That's her.
I'm being honest.
I didn't want to go there, Michael. Michael, I really didn't want to go there.
Be honest. Okay, so I'm hating. The promotion was shitty.
I didn't say that.
What time
Frank Martin got added to it.
What time is the fight tomorrow?
It's Texas time, so 5 my time, so 7 o'clock. He'll probably fight like 7:15, 7:30.
I think it's 6 p.m. or something our time. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
y'all got to understand. Originally, Frank Martin was supposed to fight on Charlo's card for the Juneteenth
There you
in
go. I
Houston.
remember that. I remember that.
This was like a late replacement added to it because they just had to get him his work.
So that doesn't mean
Other than
you
that,
stop promoting him as a
so he
fighter
wasn't
and
part
where
of
he's. It don't matter.
Can you give me another? Can you give me another example of like a similar situation to this? Because I'm trying to understand your promotional definition,
Like,
really.
I honestly did not know who was fighting this weekend. So I don't know. I guess you guys get very sensitive because it's a because it's a PBC card and you guys are very sensitive that I said no. Let me finish. Let me land this plane.
You hit me below the belt. You hit me where it hurt right there. Like I'm looking at the ref.
Let me land this plane.
Hey, Twin Munoz. I got Frank Martin all day, my brother. Yeah.
No, so I feel like since it's a PBC card, you guys are getting very in your feelings because I'm saying the promotion kind of sucked on this card this weekend. But honestly, it has. And if I'm telling you, I'm not hating. It's just I didn't
say.
And I'm sorry that it's a PBC card and it was not promoted heavily enough. And that's just my opinion.
Well, you're right. It wasn't a big promotion.
No boxing cards. No boxing card. But for real, on the real, no. Right. Yeah, but
there's no argument there. This wasn't a highly promoted card, but
like again,
I said,
no boxing cards are being promoted right now. Heavy. I mean, I know there's
Sean Brown, Jason
bro,
Brown.
I don't know.
I disagree with you. I don't think
Why?
you've seen enough.
Why do you disagree with him? Because it's a PBC fighter and a top-ranked fighter.
No. Frank Martin is better than him. No, Frank Martin is better than him.
Bad baby bird. Listen, no, Frank Martin is elite. He has elite talent. Just wait till it all plays out. This guy is going to be a multi-divisional.
Shades of Bud. That Bud stuff again. Bud.
You know, this guy does not like Bud. The same as
I love Bud. But y'all Bud fans, man, y'all it's y'all who can't take a shade of sensitivity towards somebody.
Hey, Jason, make sure you tune in to watch Frank Martin tomorrow, right?
He deserves.
Make sure you watch Frank Martin tomorrow, and then next time we come back on, I want you to let me know how you think. Because
I think we're doing more promotion on here than PBC has done for him. To be honest, we're doing more promotion on here.
No, I second that.
You're going to be a new fan of him.
I second that because we are the boxing forum. We're talking about boxing. Different opinions.
That's not our jobs though to promote them. But I feel like we're doing a better job of promoting Frank Martin fights tomorrow than they have.
Listen, Frank Martin to me is the number two, the second best fighter at 135. I got
35.
Devin the third. Yeah, I got Devin Haney number 3. I got Tank 1. Frank Martin number 2 and Devin Haney number 3 as far as the best fighters. I'm not talking about belts. I'm not talking about belts.
Crazy.
I'm talking about
that's crazy.
Well.
No. That's good. That's good.
No,
I like
I'm
it.
just saying. My eyes see what I see, and I see all of them are elite talent. I didn't say, you know what I mean. I just think if I had to rank them 1, 2, and 3, I got Tank, then Frank, then Devin. I don't even have, there's fighters you guys talk about as being the kings. I don't even have them in.
Right. Off topic. I don't like this comment at the poll. Go back to that comment, Nayka. That last comment there.
This one?
Yeah. What the heck is new media? Someone explain that to me because I'm starting to hear that because I am a part of the YouTube community now. Like I follow all these boxing channels and I'm trying to show my face. What is that? What does that mean?
Channel. I don't know if New Media has an actual channel called New Media, but I thought, in my opinion, I thought the New Media was like the younger generation.
Like who?
The younger generation.
Who though?
Doing boxing commentary on YouTube.
Anybody that's not signed to those corporate ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's a lot of people, guys.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
That's a ton of people. And in fact, Nayka, you're
like 5 fights.
I don't know if there's a channel called New Media.
No,
Nayka. That means you though. That means you though, ma'am.
You're part of the New Media.
You're part of that. We're part of that.
I just feel like I'm a fan, just like part of the sport. No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I feel like I'm just a fan. I don't feel like I'm new media. I'm literally just a fan who loves boxing, and I love talking shit with the other fans of boxing. I don't feel like I'm here to like promote fighters and shit like that. Like,
Well,
you
that's why
know,
they call you new
We are
because on my
though.
channel,
We're talking well of our favorite
here,
fighters.
on my channel here, I haven't interviewed fighters or anything like that. We all just literally just talk shit about boxing.
Anybody without an agenda is called a new media because the regular
Well, because
media they
I
have an
don't have an
agenda.
agenda. I just let everybody
Yeah,
come up here and
exactly,
talk their shit or whatever. But you know,
exactly.
on Wednesdays with In the Ring with Christine, we have Women Crushing It Wednesdays. We do interview fighters and stuff, but I don't know if we would be considered new media as well. Like I just feel like I don't know what they consider new media, because if you ask everybody, I think they all will have a different answer for you of what new
Well, that's
media.
that's
Like you say, it's
that's
almost
used
everybody,
loosely
but they
then.
bring up the
Yeah.
craziest ones. You know what I
They,
mean? It's
they,
like
Yeah.
that's
you know,
used loosely then. I don't. At the PAL, will you give us your definition, please, in that
Yeah.
comment?
I
'Cause
second that.
I'm starting to hear
Yeah.
that a lot now within the community, and I'm just like, who the hell are y'all talking about?
Obi, you
I
said
knew.
who has
Yeah.
Frank Martin fought? Frank, well, it's, well, all I
Well,
said was
hold on.
Keyshawn has 5 fights and Frank Martin has
Oh, so
15. It's a
he said it was a channel.
It is a
It's a
channel, but
channel.
It's a
it's
channel
yeah,
called
yeah,
New
yeah. But
Media.
yeah, new
it's more
media
used as a verb
thing.
now.
But
Oh,
anyway,
it's on channel New Media Today, USA Boxing.
well,
Oh my goodness, but
15 fights versus 5 fights is a big difference. Obi,
be real,
I like Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn. He's very talented. I've seen, you know what I mean.
man.
But
Keyshawn's a beast.
yeah,
Let's see what
he
Ronnie
is.
says. New Media's people.
Keyshawn is a beast. Remember, I tell y'all that,
Absolutely,
man.
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank
But
you,
I think
Ronnie.
Frank Martin
That's
takes
it
him
right
though.
there.
I
No
think Frank
Yeah,
agenda.
Martin
Ronnie.
takes.
See, Nayka, that's you. That's red cupping right there. That's what we
That's
do.
exactly what it
That's what
is.
we doing right here.
So no,
Francis,
that's
look at
us.
Francis. He's
That's not
still in the
me. That's
air.
us. That's
Shit.
You
us.
feel me? I'm
Yeah.
chilling, man. We talking boxing. I love it.
Yeah, that's us. We just talk boxing. I feel like that's us. That's not
They be
me.
hating on the new media because they're telling the truth. There's no agenda behind it, right? You guys don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I
guys are
just
just about the facts, right? We're just about the
yeah. We
facts.
just talk about the facts. Like
And
what
when
comes out.
and when those old media, they have an agenda. They're trying to sell you something. They're trying to pitch you something. Just like I want to bring this up, but we don't have to go into it. But the Lomachenko, right? The old media has been trying to tell us how great he is, how better he is than everybody else, right? But the new media is like, nah, this guy's lost already, man. He lost to this person, that person. You know, like, come on, stop making excuses for this guy. But the old media, they have every excuse in the book. Now, if you reverse it, right, if some things are different, the old medias are like, man, these guys washed, haven't fought anybody, yada, yada, yada. So that's just basic what it is, you know.
Man, yeah. I had a tweet last summer that really struck some eyebrows, and it went a little something like most hated fighters in our community, and people took a lot of offense because Lomachenko's up there. But I like Lomachenko, man. I think he's a very excellent fighter, very well rounded. I still think he's top of the food chain when it comes to 135. Not the best, but still top of the food chain at 135. And I think most of us need to just when just put away the looking glass there, and we all know who's the best. I mean,
well, the new media knows who it is, but the old media keeps telling us Lomachenko's the best. Even after
well,
all this, they're still saying Lomachenko's the
Lomachenko
best.
is 16-2, 11 KOs. He struggled in five recent fight. Well, he struggled against his last fight. Obviously, he lost when he lost to T.O. He also struggled against Luke the Fluke Campbell. Who struggles against Luke Campbell? Okay, he struggled against Luke Campbell.
What you mean? Luke dropped Ryan Garcia, man. Come on.
Ryan is trash.
He beat Luke
let me go
Campbell,
down the
though.
list.
Knocked him out. Didn't he?
Exactly. Like,
That's why we don't got to do that, checkmate. We don't need to
Oh,
because
man.
Lomachenko is the top contender. He's just not the best. That said it perfectly. We don't need to beat him. We don't need to put him down.
Michael, I'm not putting him down. I didn't say he was a bad fighter. I'm just telling you he's not as great as they say he are. So I'm going down my list. So if you're going to struggle against T.O., Luke Campbell, Pedraza, Linares, and obviously lost to the 12 loss Salido, then guess what? You can't be called great. I'm just not going to call you great. You were never qualified to be a top 5 pound for pound, but this is what the media put him as.
I agree with that. But
So
yeah.
no one. I never said Loma was a bad fighter. I never said that. I never said he was trash. Never said that. Okay,
but he's not worthy of the praise that he is getting.
He wasn't. I picked Tio to beat him for a reason.
Why? Because Tio is a bad boy,
No,
man.
Tio should have beat him. He's bigger than him. Tio should have beat him. He should have beat him. No, it's not. But he should have beat him.
Tio is a bad boy.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Like you got this 26-pounder. I get it. No,
but
you
I
hate
also
the ambience that came with him.
Okay,
sorry.
People are still doing fireworks. It's like today is what? July 8th?
It goes on for at least a week.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Today is July 8th. Like, why are y'all still doing fireworks? What the fuck, yo?
My only thing about
It's only 4 days removed.
Artificial anointing that they do. Allow Loma to fight these fighters, but you can't win. There's not one. What is the marquee win on Loma's resume? What is it?
That's a good one. It's probably. I was gonna say the Linares. I was gonna say Linares.
I'm about to say.
I was gonna say Linares.
Linares, yeah, Linares put him on his ass, but Linares had already been knocked out 5 times before fighting Loma.
Yeah, but Linares can crack, and he's got fast hands. If he hits you, he'll knock you.
100%.
Linares is a good gatekeeper.
Yeah. Again, man, maybe I'm making about size. Look, he's small as fuck. I'm not saying that's not everything, but I mean, I get it. Like he shouldn't.
Is it me? Or was it? Sorry to cut you. Was it Lomachenko, one of the only fighters to defeat not only gold medalists but multiple Olympic champions? Hold on, let me finish. That has done a lot. That has done a lot of things in their career. What exactly are we talking about here? Like, listen, the dude can fight. I mean, sometimes you don't get the decisions that you get, you know what I mean? But the dude can fight, man. We talking about a real tap dancing boxer, man. Like, dude light on his feet, can move and twist and turn you. There's no denying his ability.
Right.
We never
that's where I take offense.
Listen,
basically because hang on, checkmate. Basically because people, the old media will talk him like that, and it gets annoying on your new media nerves. And you're like, no, he's not, but. He's not that damn good, but he's pretty excellent, man. He's pretty well written. And like I said, he'll still beat a lot of the current 35-pounders. I don't know if Ryan Garcia can beat him. Like he can still fuck with a lot of people. Devin will beat him because Devin's that damn good. Devin's one of the best boxers in all of boxing.
In the words of the great Floyd Mayweather, in the words of the great Floyd, no special effects. He's just straight up and down, but he's straight up and down a great fighter.
You can't struggle against Luke.
I don't want to say that.
Tell me how great you are.
I think he's better than straight up and down, dog.
No, for me, see, that's what I said. Floyd. In the words of Floyd, I'm not Floyd.
I know, but don't say that at all. Because if you think he's better than that,
Floyd can say that. Floyd can say that. That's why I use it as a quote. Yeah, go ahead.
Francis, did Loma struggle against Pedraza?
No.
No.
Oh,
no.
Listen, are y'all kidding me? Pedraza gave Loma the panda eyes. Listen, it was in the 10th round on ESPN. They was like, "Are you impressed with Loma today?" No, Tim, I'm not. Tim Ashton was impressed. Nobody was impressed. He was struggling. Okay, he struggled. Loma, and then
okay. Hold on. He gave Loma. Hold on. Checkmate. Is this the same fighter who dropped Pedraza twice in the 11th round?
Yeah, this is the same fighter who struggled with him until the 11th round.
Absolutely. It was like 117, 109, or 116.
Okay.
The scorecards were a blowout, bro. What do you mean struggle? Like
listen. They gave listen. Canelo beat Bivol beat Canelo 10-2. The judges gave Canelo the first 4 rounds. Let's not go into scorecards, you guys. Come on. We know a lot of times these judges are on some mess. But Loma was struggling. How can you get the panda eyes? He was struggling. They even said ESPN was saying it. So
checkmate, it's a tough fight. It's because Pedraza's good.
Right. Okay. I'm not saying
really
all
good.
I'm saying is
but Tank destroyed him. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like
this is coming off the back of a tough fight against Linares. He fought Linares, then he fought Pedraza.
Okay, but again, the same guys that you talk about when we
don't forget the only loss in Pedraza's career was Tank Davis.
And Tank blew him out. It wasn't just a loss.
And his only knockout. He
blew him out though. He blew him out.
Anybody Tank fight, he gonna knock out.
Obviously, Tank's a different guy.
Bold prediction.
He outboxed.
I don't know what he's talking about either, Obi.
Well, you guys don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I dig it. I respect it, checkmate. I respect it.
Even Obi's asking.
All I'm saying is, I think Loma is a good fighter, but you cannot be called this great pound for pound number one when you struggle with this.
I ain't say all that.
Well, that's what the media had him at. They had Loma at number one pound for pound when he was 9-1. They had Loma, but these are the pound to pound that you guys discussed. I don't do pound for pounds. I do my favorite
pound for pound.
But you can say,
they still got him number 7. They still got Loma pound for pound.
You can say a lot of fighters struggle with a lot of fighters if you're not really looking intricately at the fight.
Okay, but I looked intricately at the fight.
Jamel struggled with Castellano the first fight.
Castaño is a good fighter. You can't take that.
What's the difference?
Listen. Castaño versus Pedraza.
What's the difference?
Castaño versus Linares. Who you think's a better fighter?
Castaño versus.
Yes, Castaño.
Linares is a better fighter over Castano.
You think Linares is a better fighter than Castaño?
Hell yeah! What?
Damn, you're gonna have to explain that one, Francis. I'm down to hear it though. I'm down to hear it. No, I need him. I just want to hear that.
You think Brian Castano's a better fighter than Linares?
Linares got knocked out 6 times, sir.
We not watching boxing, bro.
We watching boxing. Linares was already knocked out 5 times before he faced Loma, sir. He's already showed that he's susceptible. So you can't be great and get knocked out 5 times or 6 times.
No, just compare their skills. Just compare their skills.
That's what we are doing. I'm not. What we're talking about.
Castano, he can cut the ring off better. He's got power. His jab is better. He's a pressure fighter. He comes forward. His defense. And like I told you with Linares, again with Linares, his hands are fast and he can crack. That's about it. Other than that, he's successful to getting knocked. But he's also been knocked by like hella talent though. But that's about all he's got.
Linares' resume is nothing to play with, bro.
Again, right? He's been in there with some killers. I said that.
Linares come up short, right? And he's come up short, right?
But Castano, you can clearly see that he's a better fighter, man. Like I think that's what Checkmate's saying. So
Castano,
he's a
Michael, what y'all think? Y'all think who's better, Castano or Linares as a fighter? Forget they probably, but I'm forgetting I'm talking about as fighters. Skills.
Well, I'm not knocking you because like Castano doesn't have a favorable like. No. He doesn't have a lot of names, but dude, he's got 30 fights in, man. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Who would you pick, Michael? Let me know who'd you pick, Castano or Linares. Forget weight, just skill. Keep it a G. Keep it a buck. Like, who cares?
I gotta go with Castagna. For me, it's Castagna.
I love Nayka's laugh. I need that on my phone. Like,
for me, it's Castagna. Castagna is a very skilled fighter to me. So that's my opinion. I would pick him over. You said Pedraza, right?
Yeah, I said Linares.
Linares, sorry.
Who you got?
Linares.
I don't even know. Castano has 20 fights, but Linares is somewhere like over 50 or something like that.
But just because you have more fights,
Castano's got like 28, 29, maybe 30 fights.
I don't think you guys remember him.
Castano just fought his 19th fight.
Yeah, but just because you have more fights doesn't make you a more skilled fighter. Just because you have more fights.
What I'm saying is, you guys don't remember him when he was in 20 fights.
El Nino.
I remember him 10 fights ago.
We're talking about Linares at 36 right now. And so for me, it's not close. For me, it's Linares. But I'll let you guys think whatever, man.
That's cool. That's fine. Well, my next question was going to be where in his skill set is better than Brian's? Because I gave you mine earlier.
Say it again?
See, look, Ronnie Bravo says if Mel wasn't around, Castagna would be on the pound for pound list.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I mean, it depends who you're talking to. It depends on who you're talking to. But because all pound for
This is all opinion. This is all opinion.
Yeah,
This is all opinion.
yeah. Linares. I mean, Linares. Like, if we were going to compare him weight wise, like power wise, he's more powerful for his weight class than what.
I said that. But I was talking to Francis though, Mike. I'll let you go.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you guys go.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael. No, don't go ahead. You dropping gems. Michael was dropping the gem right there. But yeah, anyways.
Go ahead, Francis.
So
I'm curious. I like to hear different opinions because I like to see, like, okay, gauge, like, okay, well, did I look at this? Did I look at it from this angle? You know, maybe you could educate me on something because I think Linares is a very serviceable fighter. I'd never called Linares a bum. I just think he's a C+ level fighter. I think he's a middle of the road. He's not a bum. You know what I mean? He's not a bum. You know who I wanted to see? I really wanted to see Linares versus Pedraza. I wanted to see that fight so bad. I don't understand why that fight never happened. You know, but
Linares would win. He would win because if he hits who's that? Yeah, Pedraza. And guess Pedraza is more susceptible to losing to punchers. That's why he got knocked out by Tank. Then yeah, and we already acknowledge that old boy can crack. He would beat Pedraza.
But he only got knocked out by Tank.
So let me tell you. So,
but yeah, go ahead. I want to hear that.
Linares over Castano, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for me, Linares, I feel like is a lot more skilled in terms of his footwork. I think his footwork is phenomenal. I think the fact that he has the ability to keep his body off the line, his hand eye coordination, I think is phenomenal. His hand speed, which helps with his jab, and he punches in combination. A lot of people can't really move and punch in combination. I feel like Linares can do that, but just like many fighters, they're susceptible to having chinks in their armor, for lack of better, in terms of one of those. If Linares is his chin, not really the greatest, but a lot of the time just because he is in the pocket, exchanging where he gets caught with a shot. And usually the shot that you don't see is the one that hurts you. So, he gets hurt. And so, those are usually in big fights. But nonetheless, skill set for skill set, Castano, I feel like, is a brawler. He's a come forward fighter. He doesn't really cut the ring off all that well. His jab, good jab. He has a good to great jab. You know what I mean? He punches in combination on the front foot, not so well on the back foot. Great stamina, just like Linares as well. But I feel like in terms of skill, I feel like Linares is just a little bit more technically sound than Brian.
I agree with that.
His punches are a lot straighter.
Wait, hang on, checkmate. His movements are a lot more fluid than Brian Castano, who brings the pain, man, brings the action, but he can fight. And guess what? Who's that? Yes, Linares is susceptible to losing too. Come forward pressure fighters like Castano. That's why he gets knocked out in those exchanges. And honestly, for what it's worth, like, old boy's footwork is excellent, man. That's why he was given such a good fighter in Jamel such a tough time. Straight up, he was in position to do his thing. I know what you mean with the brawler comment, but I don't think so, man. That it's very well. He's got it down.
Linares or Castano? Who are you gonna win more fights with? Linares or Castano?
In the matchup?
No, who are you gonna win more fights with? Linares?
Oh shit, Castano, man. Because you underrate that brawling skill like that, doesn't mean it's not gonna work.
You got Castano too?
But
she said that.
Let me go ahead and piggyback on what you said.
Say that again. Do I like
Francis.
Castano? I do like Castano. I do.
Say it again. Okay.
Let me listen. Listen, I think as far as technical wise, obviously Linares is technically more skillful than that. But when we execute, they have different styles. So the styles are different. That's what we know. They don't fight the same, but they execution. Castano is going to execute his more. He was, you know what I mean? I think he's going to have a more prestigious career than Linares has. Because again, his style, he's not going to fight technical like that, but he fights punches and
Castano? He's going to have a more prestigious career than who? Linares?
Yes, sir.
Bro, I just looked already. Linares is damn near Hall of Famer.
For starters, Castano never fought for a vacant belt. He earned his belt.
Yeah,
Oh,
let
For
me lay my
starters.
plane,
you
my
guys
brother.
serious? All right,
Let me
go ahead.
let me
Sorry.
lay my plane, my brother.
Yeah, go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
listen. So my point is this, because again, Castaño
Took
just
it
had
off
his
the
20th
champion.
fight. Okay, so he just had his 20th fight. People really just getting to know, wow, okay, this guy is skillful. I recognize skill and I like skill. Skill comes in different size, shapes, colors, and styles, right? Like I said, you made a great point. Linares is more technically sound with that. The way he fights is more technical. They both let their hands go, but again, Castaño is going to throw 800, 900 punches a fight. You know what I mean? He's going to be that value impressive fighter. When he let his hands go in those combinations, they are blazing and they are going to hurt. Okay, and he just gets in position to, you know what I mean. So he maximizes his potential because again, Linares may be a little bit more naturally talented. You know what I mean, based on the technical skills and so forth. But I believe Castaño over the long run is going to maximize his potential and have a better career than what Linares has. But like I said, when Linares fought, when he fought Loma, he already been knocked out 5 times. Okay, so is there a race for Castaño to get 4 more knockouts so he can say, oh, he got no.
But why
I
did
just
Loma
think
beat him, checkmate? Why did Loma beat him? Because he was
why
coming with the pressure and at different angles. That's what he's acceptable losing to. So,
and then Devin wiped him out. You know what I'm saying?
oh no, he
Devin
just
wiped
that
Devin
longevity
wiped
thing.
Devin wiped him out. So people say, "Oh, he was exposed." How are you gonna get exposed by a shot at the end of the round and that's it? He got hit with a good shot. Call it what it is. This is boxing. People fight.
Yeah.
But if you take up again throughout the entirety of the fight, it was a masterpiece. Whereas when Loma fought him, it was life or death. To the end until Loma took him out. So, and that's what I'm gauging that on.
Michael.
I just think Castaño, is going to have a better. I think he masters his style better than Linares masters his, because we already know Linares' style has already been picked apart. It's been KO'd 5-6 times. So
that's
Yeah, you just holding on to the fact that he's being KO'd, and I think that is a bit unfair, but
We'll see where Castellano is after 50 fights.
That's what.
Well, I mean, hey, with that kind of comment, Michael, I would just say it's up to the fighter, man. Sorry, shut up.
Like, I don't think you nah, I don't agree with that for real. I agree with, let's see how he is after 50 fights, like Michael said, and we take it from there.
You all right, Nayka? I saw you reading something. You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm reading so good. I swear to God, people are trying my patience, but it's whatever. I'm enjoying y'all. I'm listening to y'all. I'm just reading stuff.
Nayka, you gotta leave them folks alone. Damn, you gotta leave them folks alone.
Man, I see how you go 0 to 100. I always have all kinds of questions.
I know, I'm stressed.
Maybe,
yes, Obi. Yes.
Maybe I don't know what it's like to be a woman in that position,
Linares
but
was
yeah,
putting those
you gotta
hands
let that
on
go.
Loma. Absolutely, it was a life and death, sir. Maybe you need to rewatch the fight.
Which fight?
Loma versus Linares.
Lomo versus Linares. Oh, that was a good fight.
Linares was touching Loma up. Right.
It was a good fight.
Yeah,
it was a good fight.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Lomo's rounds were dominant, but Linares, he got his in. I mean, Lomachenko walked into that one, but whatever. It is what
But
it is.
besides the knockdown, he was hitting them with combinations. You know what I mean? Linares was still scoring with combinations. I never called Linares a bum. I just think he's a C+ fighter. I think he's got great technical skills. It just it's about execution. And when you have those 6 knockouts, guess what? We got to
right now.
We got to count that, Francis.
I bet you. Hey, Francis. I bet you Jojo Diaz would beat Linares now and 4 and 3 years ago, maybe.
3 and 4 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
Because that was shortly before the pandemic.
He'd box his ears off. He'd box his ears off.
Jojo's got skills. Jojo's got skills. He's got good enough skills to beat that.
But listen,
and his pressure. That's his style. He would beat him, dude.
I'm about to get out of here, but I love the conversation with y'all. One day I'll ask y'all one more question, if you don't mind, Nayka, if that's cool.
No, and drop your page in the chat so people can follow you.
Yeah, definitely, I appreciate it. What do you guys think of Jake Paul versus Rockman Jr.
Oh,
dangerous fight. Dangerous fight. You got to say that's a dangerous fight that he's taking
I
right
hope
there.
I
I'm just gonna talk serious
do not
about it.
like Jake Paul, so I hope
Yeah,
that
I
he
know,
wins.
but let's
I
just
don't know.
let's be serious about it. That's a dangerous fight. He's fighting somebody who's fought his entire life since growing up. You know, his dad was a professional. He's not going to be no bum. But at the same time, it really seems like Jake Paul loves boxing, and when you love boxing, you love the workouts. And it seems, man, that guy's already been 6-7 years into it already. You know, so man, like it's going to be a good one. It's a good sell, I think.
I'm like Nayka there. I'm indifferent, not because I'm like. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I really don't care, Francis. He's this comes along with boxing. Anyone can do it, man. As we can see, especially throughout its history. I mean, boxing is one of those sports that, again, would allow this. You know, so much comes with it, whether it be the money, the Vegas kind of lifestyle scene. But anywho, just like, look, man, like he's a celebrity boxer, and I think it's cool that real boxing entities like Showtime and CBS will showcase that, you know, for their entertainment purpose or money value, whatever. But I really don't care about him and all that stuff. It's whatever.
Hey, you know, for his crowd, I mean, they love it, but you know, it's a circus act. You know, I wish him well, but as far as Jake Paul really making it like to a championship level boxing, I don't see it.
No, I certainly don't think that's what he's aiming for. If I could speak for him, I mean, give me a break.
Well, he's
not saying it can't happen. Lane. Not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying, like,
hey, I would disagree with you. I would disagree with you. I honestly think that's what he's aiming for.
Well, he created his own lane. He's maximizing
sure, man. You
right
can,
now.
And you know what? You can do that. Like
and everything else. So he don't even have to go that route.
He can do that. He can do that. Anyone, we could do that if we decide to go. All we need is a little professional license and try to work our way up the ranks. He's blessed to be in the situation he is, but like, he's okay. Fine, go fight Marius Bradis, who just lost. Go talk shit about him, or go fight the guy who took his belt.
We're not even making guys fight like that, you know. Like, I mean,
exactly.
Level. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he's fighting athletes. Let's make that clear. Like, he is fighting professional athletes, right? Now he's not fighting professional boxers yet. But he's working his way towards there. Like, listen,
Rahman will be his first professional boxer. So
yeah. Like I say, he's obviously working his way towards there. I mean, he really thought he could beat Tommy Fury. That's how confident he was. Listen, I know this is a circus, and how I feel about Jake Paul and all that stuff, but man, someone's gonna be on that undercard, and they're gonna get a lot of exposure. This is no
Amanda Serrano's on the card.
Yeah, there you go.
She's fighting again?
Yeah, on the card.
Hey, Michael, no disrespect, but how could you call people getting knocked out savagely like that a circus?
I didn't call it a circus. I said
well, those guys are.
I'm not a fan of.
Michael said it. Michael said it.
Oh, Michael.
Because that's what it is. Like Jake Paul came out of nowhere. It's literally like a circus just showing up into town, and that's how I see it as is.
I kind of agree.
And what does everybody do? Everybody goes to the circus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you got, about 4 or 5 fights?
I know it sounds a little bit disrespectful.
I guess
against MMA guys.
They cracked the code.
Yeah, it doesn't matter MMA or not. That just shows you how far he's come. Where he's like, all right, maybe he can't beat a boxer yet, but he's beating professional athletes.
Go fight a boxer. What the fuck? What?
Professional athletes.
You fight him in sparring.
Glorified
boxing
contest.
You spar with him. You spar with him.
That's his next step.
You spar with him.
That's his next step. Obviously, he's feeling more comfortable.
It's kind of whack. That's kind of whack when you put it that way.
I think
you spar with him, but you're gonna go fight a UFC guy and call it on your boxing record.
Didn't he try to fight Fury?
He tries to.
Just now.
I don't know what Fury's thing.
But hey, man, I mean, look,
He's not.
So what about Rockman? Let's stick with the facts right there. We'll be.
But I got no fight. But real fast, I got no fight in this, man. Like I said, I don't care about Jake Paul, man.
We'll be all we watching.
I've never seen Rockman.
Don't care about
I've
him.
never
And
seen
when I say I don't
Rockman
care
fight
about him,
before.
like I wish we wouldn't talk about it. To be honest with you, like it's not boxing.
Well, they asked
It's boxing, but it's boxing, but it's not boxing. Like that's what I think about him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jake Paul I think he had 4 or 5 fights, whatever the case may be. He's created a lane for himself, but it is like a circus. It's all. I mean, people coming to see him entertain. They're not really coming for high level boxing. There's nothing wrong with that because that's their lane. You know what I mean?
That comes along with boxing. Check me. I said that at the beginning of my comments. That comes along with boxing. Celebrity.
Should everybody love Tim Tebow in football? He's trash.
Say who?
Everybody loved that shit.
Listen, people started
Tebow.
right. People started watching him because of they started fighting him and his brother. First, it was Logan Paul who did the first thing because they had their online beefs, whatever, and they took it to the ring. To me, it's a glorified tough man contest of what they're doing right now. Once you start fighting real box, again, I don't know anything about Rockman Jr., so I can't even comment. I've never seen Rockman.
He's 12.
Well, we know his dad was a professional fighter, so we know that much.
He's 12 and 1.
I know his dad.
He's 12 and 1 as a pro.
Most dads, he probably raised his son up a boxer too.
He's 12 and 1 as a pro. What's going on, Late Show? He's 12 and 1 as a pro, and he got almost 100 amateur fights or something like that.
Yeah.
What's good?
I'm probably gonna bet Rockman.
I don't know anything about him.
He just got knocked out.
It's gonna be a good fight.
All right, let's move on.
Hopefully it's gonna be a good fight. Just like Wilder brother. When Wilder brother came in and said, "Oh, my brother doing this, I'm jumping in it." You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out he's been knocked out twice in 4 fights or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it happens. Listen, Jake Paul, what he's doing, he's created his lane. He's giving a lot of people, especially women's boxing, with Soriano, giving them a good look. More power to him. I congratulate him. You know what I'm saying? But as far as high level boxing, that doesn't catch my eye. But I will never disparage it. It's just, you know what I mean? Different people. I don't like MMA. I try to watch MMA. It's just my skin crawl because it's not enough action. I don't like all that hugging and stuff. That's what I'm saying. But MMA for people who that's your lane, congratulations. I hope they do some wonderful
Congratulations.
Yeah, but because I'm not going to put them down because it's not my lane. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't watch cricket. I don't watch soccer. Oh, Michael about to get mad. Look at Michael about to get. Oh, you don't watch soccer? Yeah, I don't watch soccer. But
I don't watch soccer either. What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking soccer sucks.
I thought you was who was up here? Oh, I'm talking
thinking,
polo.
Man,
you know what? I'm confusing you for
start knowing soccer sucks.
I'm confusing you for polo.
Unless it's World
I'm confusing
Cup,
you for polo.
Don't pay attention. You know what I mean?
Man, no, don't confuse him with polo.
Always talk about soccer.
Man.
Polo always talk about soccer, but yeah. But it is what it is. And Mike, you didn't listen, Francis, I didn't get you again. Your order like your top 5 or top 3 of 135. What do you think?
Well, definitely right now, I got Devin Haney as the top of 135. No, at 135, you said, right?
Best fighter, yeah.
Yeah, I got Tank Davis. Regardless of belt. Okay, 135. I got Tank Davis. I got Devin Haney, Frank Martin.
Well, okay, we right there.
That's good. Okay. It's just not. It doesn't work for me. A late show. It could be all popular. The world could love it. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Who you got, Michael? Who you got for your top 3 at 135?
At 135, I got Tank. Would put Haney up there, and I'd probably do Lomachenko right after those guys.
Okay. What about you, Steph?
Lomachenko real 35 or is he 30?
35.
He's 135.
Yeah. Put me on the spot, checkmate.
Yeah, what is
That's why I said 3. You notice I didn't do a 10 or 5.
Yeah, right.
Quick 3.
Right. Yeah. I keep just struggling. Probably all the guys you guys mentioned. I'm really just not to say I'm a big fan, but I think Tank beats all those guys. Devin's really close because he's proven it right now, and he's the first undisputed champion. But I think Tank beats them all. But I like everyone who we've mentioned. Lomachenko, Devin, Frank Martin. But I think Tank will beat all those guys.
What about you, baby bird?
I think I have Tank.
What?
No, but I've never said that I wasn't a Tank fan. Checkmate. You are just a Tank fanatic. That's I never said I wasn't a Tank fan. I'm just not a hardcore Tank fan like you.
Okay.
Javonta. Yeah, I love me some Javonta, man. I love me some Javonta. Man. Javonta.
I like
that little man go hard.
I mean,
and
everybody that was named. I mean, they're all in the mix. And I can't really disagree with anybody's name that was thrown out. To be honest.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like they're probably like a Robin. Like, what do you call those things? Because I'm fucked up right now. Like one of those like
round robin.
Yeah. I would love to see that in that division. See how and then see what
we're getting close. You know.
What about you, Jules?
Actually, you know what?
Question, bro. I kind
of. Real fast, Jules. I want to add one
one.
person. I want to add Shakur in that mix too.
Yeah, hold on.
He's 130.
Michael.
I understand that, but he's gonna move up in obviously 18 months. 18 months is gonna fly by. But
I'll
I want to.
Didn't get to talk to you, Julius. Y'all stay good. I gotta get up out of here. Y'all be good, man. I appreciate the conversation.
All right, brother.
Come back through, Francis.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, who's not in the top 5, and that's Ryan Garcia. Like, man,
hell no. I don't even have him in the top 8. Hell no.
Yeah,
Keyshawn's before him.
Hell no. He said hell no.
No, you're not gonna just beat Fluke Luke Campbell and act like this is you know what I mean? You've actually leapfrogged these people. No. Who you got? Your top 3, Jules?
Top 3 lightweights?
Yeah, 135. Yeah.
Based upon
without belts, just fighters. Yeah.
Just fighters.
If they fought. Yeah.
I mean, I like Frank the Tank, the Ghost. I like Javonte. I like Devin. And that would and I like Keyshawn coming on the first of next year.
Okay, we're all in the same boat. You know what's so funny? 3 of us, at least, 4 of us, picked Tank as number 1 at 135. Do you guys know that Ring has Tank at number 4 at number 135? At 135, they have him rated as the number 4 best at 135. This is why
I would rate him.
Well, do they do it based off of me? I'm kind of doing it just off my opinion in the eye test and what I think.
I have no problem with them rating him number 2 because Devin got the belt, so that's how they're going to do it. That's how they do it. But to say, when you talk about, if Devin's the only person got the belts and then Tank got the WBA World, whatever the case may be, they're the only 2 who got the belts. But my point, I'm talking about it as far as skill sets. But it's just disrespectful that they have Loma in front of Tank as a top 135, and I just think that's disrespectful.
Hey, check. Let me answer Ronnie Bravo. I don't have a problem with what you're saying, Ronnie Bravo. The only thing that I think gonna happen by the time Shakur gets to 35 is I don't think that Tank or Devin even be there for him to fight. I really got a feeling that the only guy that we could see Shakur really fighting would be Frank Martin because he said he's never going to fight Keyshawn. I don't understand that, but I think that by the time that Shakur gets there, they're going to be the top lightweights in the world. And I just have to, I would say it if Shakur was sitting up here and Keyshawn. Y'all
Tank going though, Julius?
Each other, huh?
I said, where's Tank going?
I think Tank gonna go to 40. I just got a feeling that Tank gonna be 140-pound fighter.
I hope you're right because he real small, man. He's too small for those guys that won't. That's why Regis won't move up. Regis real small.
I got Devin rated the number 1 lightweight because he got all the titles, and you can't put the 4 belt champion at number 3. So I got him as number 1. But if they fought, I don't know. Well, first of all, Tank will have to do better than what he just showed us in that last fight. And Checkmate already know how I feel about he need to get a new trainer. But we ain't gonna talk about that today.
Oh
We ain't gonna
wow!
talk about that today.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that. I want to hear
Before you
that.
came on, I told that like Checkmate that I got the shit all in the wrong fucking ear. Hold on. I'm all over the place. Sorry. That next week I wanted, because I remember I said I wanted to like for you guys to come in and have like a list of
Trainers
that. So I said I want you guys to give me 3 trainers that you love, and then 3 trainers that you don't like, and the reasons why. So that's for next week. So if you have time from now to next week, if you could just do that, that's like our little homework.
Okay,
I'm thinking about
cool.
okay.
Right.
Remind me
That's
during the
cool.
week too. That's a pretty cool idea.
But
yeah.
Go ahead, Julius.
Tank gotta show he gotta do better in the fights, because look, he'll beat Rolly 10 out of 10 times. But that performance, I gotta keep it 1,000. That wasn't it. That was a poor performance, even in a knockout. But so many times when people see a knockout, they don't care about nothing that they just saw. It's only about the knockout. And I think Tank would agree that he had a poor performance, but he won by knockout.
That's fair.
This is what I saw. Was it the performance we expecting? No, was it? But Raleigh only landed 22 punches.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so the guy who looked like the George Foreman, looked like the biggest, cockiest, strongest guy, one of those retarded strength. Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't say on the spectrum strength guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So Tank is 5'5". People, the degree of difficulty Tank takes into every fight, people nullify, act like that doesn't exist. He's 5'5". This is the reason why it's not sustainable.
Yeah, he's too diminutive. Yeah, that's a problem.
Well,
Sustainable for him to go up to certain weights. Devin Haney's going to make it to 47. But
let me say something.
No, he's not going there. He's too small.
So
kind of breaking up,
reach, right? His height is always. I'm breaking up.
You were, sir. You were.
Okay. So Tank's height and reach is always going to be a detriment. That's why he get extra points for doing what he does, because he's 5'5". The only other person who's done what Tank's doing at that size is Manny Pacquiao.
Hold on a second. So hold up a second. You forgot a guy.
You're on to something, Checkmate.
You forgot a guy. Pernell Whitaker was 5'4.5".
Pernell Whitaker wasn't no 5. No, he was.
He's like 5'7". He's like 5'7".
Yeah,
maybe even 5'8".
Listen, man. I've been next to the good brother. Rest in peace, Pernell. I've been next to the brother.
He's 5'7", Julius.
Maybe he shrunk. Maybe he shrunk after he got older. But y'all just go back and look at this one photo. The photo of him next to Floyd Mayweather. Now, how tall is Floyd Mayweather?
Like 5'7".
Okay,
5'8".
now go and look at it. It's a photo. Checkmate, you know how to do this thing. I'm going to give you some homework. Pull that photo of them two guys together. Now, I've been next to Pernell Whitaker, next to him. And
yes,
I'm telling you, he's 5'5" at best. I've been
How
next
tall are you,
to
Julius? How tall are you?
I'm 5'4.5". Me and the guy the same height. Same exact height. Same exact height. He might be half an inch taller, rest in peace. But Tank is taller than him. I'm trying to tell you.
Was that Pernell? Someone ran him over?
Okay.
Yeah.
He
got hit by a car crossing the street after signing autographs at a at a show. But but the good brother, Jashawn, I appreciate it, brother. It's the truth. But this is the thing, Checkmate. When you are at a deficiency, actually you can use this as a weapon for you to be smaller, because most guys are used to only fighting guys around their height, number one. Number two, they're used to fighting orthodox fighters. That's another advantage, is to be a southpaw. Also to be a southpaw that can punch. Like I told you, Tank got to learn how to go in and out. And also he got to touch the body, bro. And look, Rolly only landed 20 punches. But Tank should have dispatched this guy in a 2 or 3 rounds tops. He's supposed to went in there and just took care of business. I'm telling you his deficiency. His deficiency is the guy that's outside the corner. He means well. He loved the guy, but he can't get the job done, man.
Again, I look at again when it comes to the Rolex fight. Okay, you saying he needed to touch the body, but we're talking about somebody. That's just like when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman. What did he do? He played rope-a-dope. You know, when Joe Frazier went to George Foreman treated him like a rag doll. Okay, so Muhammad Ali played rope-a-dope, and what he did, he got him after he had, got him tired. He did his thing. So there's different styles. Tank is the type of person who can be aggressive, and he can be, he can fight on the front foot, he can fight on the back foot. When he fought Pedraza, it was an excellent boxing match. Okay, when he fought Barrios, you know what I mean, he was on the back foot a little bit until he caught.
No, he was losing the fight. He was losing that fight because Barrios was too big for him. So he was losing the fight. I'm telling you what I saw.
Again, Barrios is 6'10",
and Barrios he's an excellent fighter.
Right,
absolutely. Barrios is a very excellent fighter. Like, he knows how to box.
Facts, Bravo. Montel Griffin was 5'6" and fighting that light heavyweight. Bro, I'm just telling you, Sam. Absolutely.
Man, come on, man.
You can overcome those things. I'm just telling you, brother.
But all I said was someone at his height, doing that. You just named a couple of them. Name out of all the thousands of fighters, or hundreds of fighters you've watched. You can only name a couple of them who've made it to elite status, right? So Tank is, again, all I'm saying is, he gets the degree of difficulty taller fighters don't get, because they already have an advantage going into a fight with Tank.
Now I'm only talking about him moving up to 140. I'm just talking about one weight class above him. I'm not talking about him doing what Whitaker did, go to 54. I'm talking about 140. I feel he can knock out Regis Prograis. No. I believe he'll beat Josh Taylor.
Absolutely.
Josh Taylor's built for Tank to that's a perfect fight. The perfect fight. That's why they call for it. That's why they call for that. But overall, though, gentlemen, he's too small for that weight. Think about it with Regis. Like, Regis don't want to move up to 47 because the guys who are coming down to 47 are bigger than him. He knows he could probably beat them. Well, I know he believes he can beat them, but he's like, man, I don't know if I really want to be having to do all of that, because he's at a disadvantage there.
But he fought at 142 in the amateurs.
I understand that, but okay, let me say this too about this. I keep hearing these references going back to the Olympics and the amateurs. That's all good and gravy, man. I'm not trying to shit on that, but now we're in the professionals.
I don't know anything about amateurs.
Different.
I never watched amateur boxing.
Different, like from the way they make their money, to the way how it's scored, to their fighting styles, to how you support yourself and your team. It's different, man. And that goes for all sports. That goes for all sports.
I just think that a guy that's fought the same weight class for almost 20 years would want to move up. Because
my boy Aaron Hawk, the Pryor, fought at 140 the whole time.
No, he started at 35.
Did he?
And he couldn't get a lightweight championship fight. Now look, we
spent the majority at 40.
So he had to go up to 40, right?
But he spent the majority, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So,
true. My only statement about Tank's height and reach is it's always going to be a detriment. Is already going to be a deficiency when he fights listen, the truth is Haney is 5'10". They have him listed as not. Haney is 5'10". He's big. He's grown. I've seen him grown over the last year or two. He's definitely a legitimate 5'10" now. You know what I mean? So he's going to be fighting at a detriment with that height and reach, but I still believe he has enough skills and quickness. Tank is very, very quick. And people just don't, they don't notice that. They don't even pay attention to it. When he fought, even when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, people say, oh, Tank don't let his hands go. He was letting his hands go. You know what I mean? He's taking some to give some. You know what I mean? He fought excellent. I done watched that fight at least 6 times.
It's a great fight. It's a fun fight.
It was a great fight. It was a great. What people say? Oh, he fought a 126 pounder. Hello, Tank started at 126. People always try to diminish. Leo Santa Cruz has been champion since 2012. Okay, four divisions.
Straight out of Compton, Leo.
You know what I mean? Since 2012, he's had 5 career-defining fights.
A lot of
with
people don't talk about that though.
And it's unfortunate. I just think that, you know, with Leo Santa Cruz, to me, he is a Hall of Famer. People don't talk about it. You know what I mean? I guess because he's been champion since 2012. But that is Leo on Tank's resume.
No, Leo can fight, man.
Leo's on
Hell of a
Tank's
fighter.
resume is a better fighter on any fighter that Loma has ever fought. Period. Any fighter on,
Wait, say that again, checkmate. Say that again.
Leo Santa Cruz on Tank's resume is better than any fighter on Loma's resume. There's no one to compare. Name it. Name it. Or you're gonna say 15-0, 15-0, 12 KOTO when he fought him?
No. Well, there he is on the resume. I know Gary's on the resume. I know Pedraza's on that resume. I know.
But Gary, to me,
was
Gary
on that
Russell,
resume at the time.
Gary Russell
Leo wouldn't fight Gary
best
Russell.
fight. Yeah, that's his best fight right there. And that to me,
I'm just saying, like, I don't think Leo would beat any of those guys.
No, I don't. Well,
not skill for skill. Skill for skills.
Right. The only guy that's his size up there was Gary Russell, and that's what I was gonna say. And the only downfall that I see on Leo record is that Al Heyman allowed straight out of Compton Leo to duck Gary Russell. That's one of the worst ducks that I've seen since Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Like, that's bad, man. Leo Santa Cruz got no excuse for not fighting Gary Russell. There's no excuse anybody.
Everyone ducks. Everyone ducks, though.
So
not everyone, but a lot of people duck.
So
a lot of people duck.
Everybody else, we can't.
I don't know about that, VV. I don't know about that.
No, Devin don't duck smoke. Devin ducks no. He was calling out Gary Russell, and no one gave Gary shit when he ducked Devin. Devin's like, I'll put my belt on the line and everything. Remember when Gary was calling Tank out a couple summers ago? And Dev steps to the play, was like, I'll fight you, and I will fight for my belt. So Dev don't duck.
All I'm saying is Leo Santa Cruz is a Hall of Fame fighter, and Tank, that was an excellent fight. Leo showed he got skill, he got heart, and everything else. Take nothing away from him. He's been one of my favorite fighters just because I don't generally like that Mexican style. You know what I mean? Because I love skill. I love the skill. But Leo, when he throws, he's not just swinging for the fences. He throws a lot of sharp, straight punches. You know what I mean? So when he throws his punches and punches,
Santa Cruz would have lost to Walters too.
Santa Cruz would have beat Nicholas Walters, the axe murderer, whatever he was. He would have beat him. You know why he would have beat him? Because he would have stepped to him, and he would have went right at him. Something that Walters wasn't used to. The first time Walters got stepped to, he quit, and not only quit, he quit boxing. You know what I'm saying? That when I see guys do that, I don't ever favor them in big fights. Anytime a fighter quits because another fighter stepped to him and bullied him, and then they quit boxing, how can you pick them to beat anybody?
VV Kinahan? That was VV Kinahan. Damn.
Yeah, VV
Kinahan.
No, I love VV. Don't do that.
No, that's his name. That's his name. Yes, it is. On that.
He changed it on Twitter.
Yeah, on that crazy bird app. Yeah, that's his name.
You guys only bring up Walters because he was a Loma victim. Nobody talks about Nicholas Walters because he was a Loma victim. Oh, he's somebody because he lost to Loma. And I'm so sick of you guys bringing up these victims instead of bringing up for their accolades. Let's bring up Walters' accolades. You don't have any, but you want to talk about him because he fought Loma. If he didn't fight Loma, you guys.
Shout out to you, Mr. Brown.
Biggest win that Nicholas Walters had was when he beat Nonito Donaire coming up from 118. That guy's not.
I'm not a fan of Donaire.
That's his only big win.
Donaire, bro. Everyone, okay.
Donaire is a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. Even in his losses, yes.
And let me tell you, that takes a lot for Julius.
Check this out. And check this out. In my opinion, had Donaire fought Inoue 7-8 years ago, he would have knocked Inoue out. He fought Inoue when he was 38 and 40 years old. Now, people talking about Bam. Oh, Bam is a tough guy. Bam is a tough guy. I said, won't he go up 3 pounds and end this Inoue talk? Oh, well, he's so young. He's so young. But nobody said nothing when Donaire went at 38 and 40 and fought the hardest punching guy in the lower weight class.
He ever fought. Fought. He admitted that. No, he admitted that.
And that's what I'm saying. Nobody said, hey, Donaire, are you afraid to get CTE? No, they said throw him in the ring. Bro, all the big fights, all the major Hall of Fame fighters had Hall of Fame and scary fights in their early 20s. Why are we in an era where guys got to wait till they 28, 32, 35, 30 before we want to see them fight somebody? Bam Rodriguez should be ready to fight Inoue next week at 118. He's 20, what, 22, 23?
Two weight classes. You see how you sound? That's 2 weight classes that you want him to go.
Bro, he started off at 112. What are you talking about? Nobody said to Felix Trinidad and those guys, hey, Trinidad, don't go up 2 weight classes and fight Bernard Hopkins. He went up there and fought him. You gonna win a fight or you gonna lose a fight? They 3 pounds apart.
Look at Mike.
Hold on a second. Inoue started fighting at what weight class?
I love it.
Hey, look, checkmate. Somebody help me. What weight class?
Julius, I'm with you, sir. I'm with you.
No, I'm asking you. What weight class did Inoue start his career at?
108.
108?
Yeah,
What weight class did Bam start at?
Am I 108? Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Point exactly. There's no disadvantage.
You know what? No one ever asked Inoue to move up like they asked all these other fighters. Charlo to move up, Tank to move up. They ask all these fighters to move up. They never say Inoue to move up to 122 or even 126.
The hard, for what it's worth, checkmate, as one of my friends would say, for what it's worth, I got a couple of Twitter friends who say that shit. I love that. For what it's worth, like, they are asking him to move up to 122, and I'm a huge Naoya Inoue fan, and I don't want him to do it just yet so much, but and yes, and he is. It's a fact. Yes.
But Inoue is gonna go fight for the
weight classes.
But quickly, I just want to say this, like, yo, the shot that he did hit Donaire with, that's the sharpest I've ever seen that right straight hook. Like, man, if it, I'm going to use Fulton for the example. If he gets hit with that, slept.
Well, Inoue is 5'5", same height as
But let me say this.
But that's why he wins, because those people at 118 can't take his power. Simply put.
But here's the thing, though, my good brother. He was there for a 3-punch combination that ended with a left hook, right? It was a right hand jab, right?
No, but it was that right hook that did the damage, because he was he got hit and malfunctioned like a computer. It's like, oh,
yeah, it dislocated him from society for a few minutes. But now let me say this. But here's the thing, though, bro.
I was scared for him, Julius. I was like, damn.
I feel you. I mean, because you talking about a 40-year-old man getting hit like that.
Yeah.
But let me say this, though. Bam and all those guys, you know what I'm saying? I saw VV say this is his 4th weight class, but it's only 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds. I saw Manny Pacquiao start his career at 108.
He skipped. He only did 3 classes. He didn't do all 4 of those classes.
Okay, so there you go. So it's 3 weight classes, 10 pounds. But I seen Manny Pacquiao. I seen people asking Manny Pacquiao at one time to fight Triple G. Last time I checked, Manny Pacquiao started his career at 108. The man kept going up and up and up and up. And we sitting here and saying, oh my God, this guy went up 3 or 4 weight classes and 10 pounds. When I seen Manny Pacquiao go up 50 pounds.
Manny's in my top 10.
This is ridiculous, man.
He's just a great fighter. So I need to see Inoue. Like, my whole thing about the Inoue situation, understand, when he fought, they had him in pound for pound when he was 15-0. Okay, he was 15-0, and then they had him number 8, and then at 16-0 they moved to the number 5. This is what I get about that by propaganda or artificial anointing. Then when he was 16-0, the fight he won the WBA, which you guys call the regular, the same bout Tank Hole. They moved him from. You guys don't understand how these people maneuver.
But listen, real
So I'm
fast.
not. Let me get this out, my brother. Listen. So
Yes, sir.
the thing about it is, I respect his skills. But you have to have if you're gonna call somebody a pound for pound great, you have to accomplish some things. Just because you moved up a couple of weight and never mastered none, the first time he even he never mastered. He held one belt in each of those weight classes, and
This is insanity.
He only had
No, I'll read a
never
comment.
mastered
No, I was reading a comment.
Oh,
Yes.
That's DV Canahan, baby. That's that Canahan in him.
He never mastered none, and the first time he actually unified was against the old man Donaire. Okay,
Listen,
but he was already in the top 5 pound for pound at that time, which is ridiculous. It was unwarranted, and he definitely doesn't qualify. He does not qualify to be top 5 right now. How is he done better than Earl?
Well, checkmate. No, first off, checkmate.
How has he been a Jamel Charlo?
He's talking about Naya anyway, Michael. And but
my
listen, checkmate. Listen. That's a fair assessment and opinion of my favorite boxer, right up there with Errol and all the rest of them. But listen, I like to. Well, Ring is the example I'm going to use because, like, whether we like Ring or not, at one point in time, that was the most coveted pound for pound list that everyone at least would garner as respect there. Yeah, at one time. I know what it is today, but even today, look, I call it the 5x2 rule. And this is where race comes involved. They're never gonna have like the best of the best on that list, man. It's always gonna be 2 black dudes. You got 2 Mexicanos or two Latino guys, and you're gonna have 2
European.
The Asian. Don't forget the European and the Asian guy.
Yeah.
So if I can make a case for Naya anyway, he's one of those guys in that case because usually
be that Asian
he's usually be Manny Pacquiao or some other
right.
duder, but
Right.
he's been on that list.
Right.
So that's my little excuse for the Ring there.
No, checkmate. I'm gonna say this. That's 100% facts. And every time of my life that I can remember anybody pound for pound list. It used to be a guy named, before Manny Pacquiao started getting off, it used to be a guy named Wolfgang something. He was like a flyweight, junior flyweight that was like 60-1. Dutch boy Jim or some stuff was up there at one time. So it always is an Asian representative. But I will say this, in my opinion, they need to ask more of these fighters. People say, oh, well, they got to go up 10 pounds or they got to go up one class. Or in Jamel Charlo case, he blows out a division and they say, oh, well, who did you beat? You know what I'm saying? So it's a touchy little thing, man, because I don't want to bring race involved.
It's not even a race thing. It's not even touchy. It's not even a race thing.
But my thing is this. I think that guys put a little too much emphasis on them 112, 115, 118 pound fighters. Those fighters are good, but they're not all-time greats. Chocolito is not an all-time great. He's not.
Oh my goodness.
Look. I just want to say this, and I'll let you guys cook.
Madness, Nayka. Just end this right now.
Look, Michael, as much as we would disagree with that, Michael, like, it's fine. That's Julius's opinion there, and I respect that. And this is why I'm going to say this: like, I think everyone's pound for pound list is whack, man. Like, because those guys are never going to fight each other, and then B. It's just our personal bias there, man.
Right.
Simply put. So I respect that. If the Ring think that 112 to 115 guys are some of the best boxers and belong on that list, there they go. And then when it comes to Steph B's list, I'm gonna go off their current status and what's going on and what my eyes tell me today. Right. And I think people on my list, I think those are the best boxers who need to be marketed as the best boxers in the world.
Give me your top 5. What are you guys' top 5? Go ahead, Julius. Your pound for pound top 5.
Actually, this gonna be one of the first times that I do this because I don't make any pound for pound lists.
Okay, well you don't even have to put them in order. Just give me
So
your top 5.
I'm not no order.
No in particular
5
order,
of the
exactly.
best boxes that I see with the eye test are gonna be Earl Spence. Gonna be Cool Boy Steph. I like his skills. Terrence Crawford. I like his skills. I think that he'll do damage even up at 54. I think he could do damage. The last 2, that could be a list of 30 fighters. I don't
What
know.
did you just
know
send
what
me?
I'm saying?
Checkmate.
I'm keeping
What
it
did you just send me?
1,000 because you put me on the spot. So I don't know.
What did you just send
So
me?
you put
I
anyway.
ain't putting
You
anyway
put
up
anyway.
there. No, I ain't putting
It's
anyway
It's
because
no, I'm talking to Nayka.
oh, okay, you talking Nike. Oh, okay. No, he can't get that from me. See, it got to be a combination of guys like Jermell Charlo. You know, even Canelo got a good resume. You know
he's
what I'm
out.
saying?
He's out. Booted. Booted.
Okay,
Booted
so
out of the
before the
top
video
10.
starts,
different guys.
Pause the video. Pause the video, please.
Pause the video.
Pause the video. Okay, so what I want, go back a little bit. I wanted to pay attention, focus on that chart. Okay, so this is the thing. When Inoue was number 8 pound for pound, he had won over Bayani. Anybody know who this guy is? No, you don't.
No.
Okay. Nobody knows who he is. How did he make it number? And all he did was retained his title. The very next fight, they moved him up to number 5 after winning the WBA, what you guys call the regular. They moved him to number 5 pound to pound. Okay, and this was 2018. Explain to me the rise. How does this happen? Because this is what I'm talking about. It's not even about the talent. It's about the propaganda or artificial anointing to create an economic engine around certain fighters. You know what I mean? And this is and this is the case for Inoue. So this is why I'm saying this is why I kind of reject it. Okay, so when you look at that, Come on now. So when you see this, and then Eddie Hearn kind of explains why he's not that big of a star, and he will be, is because of the weight division. When you fight in those flyweight divisions, you know what I mean? You don't have the quality of representation of quality athletes and opponents. Okay,
They had the Rat King in there.
They had the Rat King.
Oh my God! Look at that list. Hold on a second, ugly. They don't even have any black people in it. Oh my gosh!
Hey, hold up a second, too, Checkmate, for 1 second. VV, I did not say Stephen Fulton was the number 2 pound for pound boxer. He asked me to make a list of the 5 boxers, I guess, that I would like the most. You get what I'm saying? I just told you, I don't make pound for pound lists because of, like Steph B said, how can you put all these guys together if they're never going to be able to fight each other? You know what I'm saying? So I just go off the eye test of who I think is the best, but I don't put them in no order. But hey, bro, if you feel that Inoue or any of them guys beating Jamie McDonald from England and all these guys and Kovalev losing to Alvarez and Canelo testing, hey, bro, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, man. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him.
McDonald was the WBA champion, the regular champion. We talking about he was a great champion. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Can I play it now?
Yeah, you can
play it. You did say flyweight.
Yeah, flyweight. Jamie McDonald was no different than what's the tall dude named that Canelo beat? Rocky Fielding.
On the cards, and if that cut impedes the vision, the blood running into the eye. Oh! Counter right hand from Benito Donaire.
Crazy that he didn't look like this fighter in his last fight.
In round number 9, he's got Inoue hurt here.
All right, before we get out of here, Eddie, real quick, did you see Naoya?
Man, I hate those guys. Those guys suck.
Do you feel like he
get him off?
No, definitely not on the cusp of being any kind of.
That's why they're on here, to interview this clown. Gosh,
he doesn't have the global profile, and unfortunately, he's in a weight division that doesn't really warrant that. It's because he's a bantamweight.
And unfortunately, he's in a weight division that doesn't really warrant.
There you go, checkmate.
Okay, pause it.
Go back one. I want to see that list. Fucking VV's
Right
rolling
there?
over in his bed right now. He's like,
Okay, so check
DB is also picking up the pom poms for
Blood
Jamie
pressure.
McDonald.
So
blood pressure, dog. Blood pressure's up.
So let's rip this apart, you guys. Donaire had already had 5 losses when he fought Inoue, right? He already had 5 losses. Okay.
38 years old.
Absolutely. Okay, Payano had lost 4 of his last 5 fights when he fought him. Maloney, never world champion. He was WBA Oceania
Hold up
champion.
a second. You called him baloney? Baloney.
Listen.
Oh man, VV's pissed.
Rodriguez.
Hey,
Wait.
Go ahead, man.
Rodriguez.
Shoot.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Rodriguez won the IBF his 18th fight and lost his 19th and 20th fights. These guys aren't great fighters. How you gonna make somebody pound for pound off of this resume?
Oh man. Oh no.
Nayka, I'm sorry. I gotta call VV out. He was talking about how good of a fighter Jamie McDonald was, right?
Oh
the guy
gosh.
had a draw in his 5th fight against a guy called Di Davies. He lost his 10th fight to a British guy named Chris Edwards. Then came back, and he came back for the gusto. Lost to Lee Haskins his next fight.
We can't even have a conversation because you guys don't even know the fighters.
Oh, I know Jamie McDonald. Remember,
Jamie McDonald's a very good champion.
He's over PBC. He's a tall, pale white guy. Who
don't know?
Wait, you just saw their records up there. You just saw the fact who was a champion, who wasn't champion. How you gonna talk about these guys are great fighters when you only talk about?
Like we can really do this with any fighter.
Wait.
But Lee Haskins can't fight to me though,
But
VV.
you can't. That does not qualify you as a top 5 pound for pound off that resume. Impossible.
And
also
too. And also too. Hold on a second, check.
Hey man, it's 5 times 2, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Also too, bro. Just because we don't like these mediocre fighters does not mean that we don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Jamie McDonald fought a few times on the PBC cards. We know who he is. He's a guy that's tall for his weight class and can't fight. And you talk about, oh my God, Lee Haskins was a beautiful.
I already know how you guys work. You guys said Garrett Russell was the world, and then when Lomachenko beat him, he wasn't that good.
Hold on a second.
Right?
Hold on. When you say you guys, hold on a second. When you say you guys, who are you talking about? No, hold up a second. You say you guys, so who are you talking about?
The people
you say Gary Russell and you guys. Who are you talking about?
The people who hyped up Gary Russell.
Like who?
Was the best thing ever.
What Gary Russell got to do with this conversation?
He's never been one of my favorite fighters.
Hold up a second. Hold up, bro. What Gary Russell got to do with this conversation?
I never hyped up
trying
Gary
to give you
Russell
an
ever.
example.
I hyped Antoine
Russell.
I hyped
If you use a black fighter, can we use another fighter? Because everybody wasn't as high on Gary Russell.
Nah, Julius, don't make this to this black
No,
thing.
I'm not making it into that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
are,
saying
man.
that you said it like you used Gary Russell. You could have used any. You could have said you guys fucked Mario Barrio.
Oh my
and he's a
goodness.
scrub.
Okay. Never mind. I'll never use a black fighter.
All right. Okay, go ahead, man.
You know what? I'm going to denounce my Earl Spence fandomhood. Because he's black, right?
I've never hyped up
Gary. I was a Felix Trinidad fan. I'm not gonna renounce that. I love Felix Trinidad much so that I went against FBAs, as people call them. Foundational. Look, I was in the military with William Joppy's sister. Her name was Loretta Joppy. Loretta Joppy. She was an officer. Even that,
Julius, as I tried to make an example, he didn't even allow me to finish.
No, okay, go ahead, brother.
I don't even want to no more.
I said go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Michael, I said go ahead, bro. I said go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I said go ahead.
I want to hear it, Mike. So please.
My example was when Lomachenko, when he was going to fight Gary Russell Jr., everybody talked about, oh, Gary Russell's going to beat his ass, right? Because he had just lost to Salido, right? And then when Lomachenko beat him, because they were saying how great Gary Russell was going to be, right? He was undefeated at the time. And then when Lomachenko beat him, he was not that good. He's just going to be an amateur. These people who hyped him up are going to do the same thing. And
that was Gary Russell's first championship, right?
Anybody who anyone beats, they're going to do the same thing to him too. You know, when he goes up to
Gary Russell was still green, right?
What? Well, no,
don't say that, checkmate. Don't say that, checkmate.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
You see what
when
I'm saying?
Loma fought Gary Russell wasn't on the radar like that. Come on, that
what
was
do you
his
mean?
first
No, but
fight.
he was ready for the fight.
Yes, he was. And then
he was ready for. No, I love Gary Russell, man. I love Gary Russell. He was good enough to fight. He was good enough to fight.
Listen, can I get it
You know,
out?
and
Listen, when he
anybody
fought
who-
Loma, nobody had him on their top list. Okay,
Sure, but that doesn't take the. That doesn't make.
He's going to be coming. They're going to say the same thing. They weren't that good.
No, but I don't even know what Gary Russell got
Right
to
now,
do
are
with
you
this.
finished, Michael? Now
I
I'll
don't know what
give
Gary
this
Russell got
out.
to do with this. We were
When
talking
Loma-
about Inoue, and
that
all
was
those
the
fights, and
example I
y'all
was
just made
trying
him
to
number.
use.
Wait,
Okay.
y'all made Inoue number one pound for pound off this resume. It doesn't fly. It doesn't work. It won't stand the test of time. Okay,
right.
I refuse it.
Oh shit! He's roasting my favorite boxer right now. It's crazy. He's right though. Checkmate's right.
When
There's nothing
Lomachenko
against his
fought
talent. I never said
Gary
anything about his
Russell,
talent stuff.
when
But this
Lomachenko
resume.
fought Gary Russell, I predicted that Lomachenko would win a split decision. And I felt, and what did he win? What was the end of the fight? It was a split decision, right? Okay.
Yeah, but that was the biggest robbery. If any card was ever robbery, that card having Gary Russell up at all was ridiculous.
But bro, haven't we seen that before? How many robberies have we seen?
I know
We can't even count them.
They try to pull on that one too.
I'm just saying we can't even count them. Lomachenko won the fight. Mayweather beat. Since you said it, Mayweather beat Canelo, right? But it wasn't a unanimous decision. It was a majority decision, right?
Mayweather wiped him out.
So that thing go each way. It could go any way. It's bad decisions every single day. I done seen millions of them. We all have. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this right here, bro. To me, and this is why the great thing is an opinion. Those guys that y'all was talking about from Europe, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about you and Vivi. Those guys can't fight. Every time they stepped up, like I said, you said, well, do you even know McDonald? McDonald fought on an PBC card and showed that he can't fight.
And he
Lee
was the
Haskins
regular
that fought
champion.
over here.
Listen,
that's all I'm saying, bro.
McDonald was the regular champion when Inoue fought him.
Right.
But all of a sudden, you get rated from number 8 to number 5 pound for pound when you guys say Tank is not a real champion. Understand how this works. So you can't shame
when you
one
say
fighter
you
and
guys,
discredit.
I never said Tank is not a real fighter.
Vivi, they cooking you, man.
I never said you, Michael. I never said you, Michael. I'm saying in general, the boxing world. Okay, they discredit Tank and say he wasn't this, he wasn't that. But Loma won a fight for a guy who wasn't a champion, who was defended his WBA regular 3 times, and all of a sudden he gets elevated from number 18 from number 8 to number 5 pound for pound. You know what I mean? And when that's 16-0. No, I'm not buying it.
Also, let me say this too. Let me say this to Vivi and to Gary. Let me say this.
Look what Vivi said. Look what Vivi said.
Gary Russell, you talking about why Gary Russell fought one time a year.
Wait, no, let me beat him up.
Hold on a second, Check. You're gonna get your chance, Check. I ain't gonna give it a second. I promise you.
I gotta
what
go.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna land my plane. I won't stay up in the air long. So basically, I was just gonna say this to Gary and to Vivi as far as Gary Russell. You talking about why he fought once a year? We just seen why he fought once a year.
Nayka.
And a lot of people.
Cheers, Mike. Sorry.
A lot of people up here in the DC area knows, man. His father was sick, and those guys had to pretty much. He was the trainer for his younger brothers, and he couldn't be active with his dad with his diabetes and stuff. But that's
man.
no excuse for his last fight. He got beat to the guy, the Filipino guy that's fighting tomorrow night, who's a good puncher, big featherweight. I think his reign ends tomorrow. I think Ray Vargas beats McSayo tomorrow. I think he win it tomorrow.
I got one question for you.
I got Ray Vargas.
What does Inoue have to do to get on your to like all right, maybe?
Well, I never said that Inoue isn't one of the top fighters in my opinion. I
Okay.
just don't think he's the top fighter.
Checkmate. No, that's fair. That's fair. Checkmate.
Okay. Well, I think again he deserves on you guys. I don't do pound for pounds, by the way. I can give you my favorite fighters list. I can give you the most.
That's fair, but
Look,
what's
listen,
gonna
I do that pound for pound. I love when people say that.
I do. I got my favorite fight because they're all biased. They're all biased. They're all
Pound for
biased.
pound? I don't do
They're all
that.
biased. Listen, I do favorite. I do
Pound
my
for
favorite
pound.
fighters list. Listen, I can tell you who my favorite fighters are. You listen, but I think Boots is a pound for pound, skill for skill, top 5 fighter right
No,
now.
it's Bud.
You know what I mean? I said Boots. I didn't say Bud. I said Boots.
Oh, I know. I was playing with Nayka there.
But listen, my
I
point
know.
is this.
And I
My
didn't
point
fight.
is with my point is this. My point is with Inoue. He's a talented guy. Can't take away from his talent. Okay,
he's a
but
talented guy.
Yeah. But hey, can you put Vivi's? Can you put Vivi's comment back up there so I can smoke it?
Oh
Which
yeah,
one?
no. Wait. The
This one?
I think I know. No. Go back. It's like 3 ago.
Checkmate. Yeah.
Checkmate.
Yes, this one.
He was upgraded because the fighters ahead of him were removed for losing or failing drugs tests. Keep up. So how are you going to be upgraded from beating a guy who wasn't heralded, from winning a regular belt, which you guys claim, try to shit on Tank about? No. You're 16-0. How do you go from number 8 to number 5? It's ridiculous. Okay, he doesn't. His resume did not warrant that jump into pound for pound. If you want to, if people think that he's your favorite fighter and you think his skill is that pound for pound, that's what you think. I'm not going to argue with what you think about that. But when we talk about how is his skills better than this person, skills better than that person, pound for pound is if he get in the ring with Earl Spence, who's going to win? If he get in the ring with Tank, who's going to win? Okay, and based on his resume, there's nothing that even gave you an inkling. Oh, he can really beat him because he beat a McDonald, because he beat this person, because he beat that person. You know what I'm saying? None of those guys that are on, none of those guys. And then you guys made him. They had him number 1 for beating 40-year-old. They made him number 1 for beating a 40-year-old.
I saw that. I seen that and was like, fuck, dog.
I love 40-year-old beautiful.
And I love it in a way. I was like, no, stop. I mean, I'm guilty. In my past mythical pound for pound list, I had him number 1, but I knew he wasn't number 1. But yeah, when they did it, oh man, I was just like, what? Like over Errol? Like over Errol? Over Bud? Fucking stop! Like that's a travesty.
Guys, I hate to stop this good conversation, but
yeah, it's getting late.
No, it's not even getting late. I've been on here for like 3.5 hours.
Hold up, Nayka. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you one question, Nayka.
Yeah.
I wonder why you have never said when these guys be, and I'm talking about these guys that brag on some of these British champions like McDonald or Lee Haskins and all these guys. Liam Williams,
Like, really?
Hey, I'm shocked that you ain't said, like you said with Shakur. When did they become these killers? When did they become these killers? Come on, Nayka. You got to say that when you hear them guys talk like that. Ask them.
No, because y'all be going back and forth with them. That's for you to say. You want me to
I want you to step in and say it.
You want me to
The waxy.
McDonald equals Rocky.
Fuck out of here. Dude's stuck.
Are any fighter on the only fighter on his resume that's going to stand the test of time is Donaire, and that's because of the longevity of his career and his accomplishments.
That's his best win. No, checkmate. That's his best win. In a way, that's his best win. That's his best
But guess what? When he fought,
I told him they tried to laugh me out the room when I said that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like
that is That's his
seeing
only
shit.
viable win.
Now-
Listen,
now-
he had 5 losses when he fought him. So my point is this: in 2 years from now, are you guys going to be talking about any of these guys on his resume? You won't even talk about. The only reason why you talk about them is because they're his victims. You don't bring up anything. You don't. You don't bring up anything that they've done on their own to merit to warrant you. Yeah, y'all don't bring up anything about what they've done on their own to warrant you or warrant them getting any type of recognition. Where's McDonald today?
Well,
Huh?
check
Retired.
Where's
Jerry
Maloney
McDonald
today?
is a Hall of Famer.
Where's
He's a Hall of Famer.
Where's Rodriguez today?
Baloney waiting on him to move up so he can get a belt.
Yeah.
Maloney still Oceania champ. Remember,
The
he was
Maloney
Oceania
brothers.
champ. When Inouye fought him, he was Oceania champ. Okay.
Is that fried bologna? Is that fried bologna?
Fried
Or cold bologna?
Inouye is a
bologna.
good fighter, but y'all better stop smoking and what Michael was smoking over there. Keep trying to make him.
Hold up a second. Hold up. Steph.
Checkmate. Tell me who
Yes, sir.
your favorite
Jason
122 fighter
Baloney
is,
just stopped
and then we'll
asking
beat him.
a polite
Fulton.
bro. Come on, man. Come on.
Nah, dude.
Bro,
They
come
think
on,
anybody thinks those UK guys are good. I just
Come
stopped talking. I can't mess with it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just,
can't.
all
I
right.
can't. I can't say
I'm like,
no
dog.
more.
But I can't believe, Julius, you want me to jump in. You know how to handle yourself.
I was just actually, I was kidding with you. I was kidding with you because I like when you had stopped me that time. I was talking about Shakur. We're gonna stop here, and you said, "Hold up, when did he become this killer?" And that's what I keep saying about these guys.
This
This
smoking
guy.
Michael
Now look,
smoking.
now look, hold up, Nayka, check this out. Checkmate. This guy said, Jason Fried Baloney, chest stop, former title challenger, Ashton
Fried bologna.
Fried bologna sandwich.
Oh
man,
Gosh,
please.
man. Gosh,
And
man.
Connor Penn, he gonna be one of them too. He fried bologna.
Yeah, he is. I'm sorry.
Listen.
I used to try to give him some daylight, but now I'm just like, man, you probably fried bologna, dog.
Fried
Okay, so
bologna.
let me ask you,
For real.
since
The
you said
mustard.
Inouye is your favorite fighter, did I just paint the picture and prove that he doesn't deserve to be top 5 pound for pound?
Yes, you did. But on my list, he's like 9. I mean,
Okay.
I know that. I know that.
How about for you, Nayka? Did
Or
I
you
just
know
prove
what?
a point?
Oh my
Wait,
God!
let me-
You know, I did not care about those lists.
But real fast, checkmate. But real fast, checkmate. Like, you see, the reason why he's so down there is because I think the other 8 ahead of him are twice as good. I mean, like, they're not. He's not doing even what they're doing. So I'm just like, are you kidding me?
He don't have the resume of Earl. Michael, what do you think? Did I just prove a point that Inouye has not qualified to be a top 5
checkmate.
pound for pound?
Give checkmate his point.
Hell no,
please.
you went farther. Like you made me even feel that you knew less about these fighters. You know what I mean?
But okay.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to be the judge. I'm trying to be a good judge. So like, let me just lay the law down real fast.
Maloney is Hall of Famer. Maloney is
Oh
Hall
gosh,
of Famer based on
no. Stop. But like,
give me when we say Hall of Famers, I mean, like, give me Crawford's 147 Hall of Famers that he's cleaning out.
He doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any. That's the whole
He ducked him. He ducked him.
Am I going to punish him for that?
Ducked him all.
He doesn't have any. He doesn't have.
Am I going to punish him for
that?
that?
Hey, Nayka, he ducked him.
That's my whole point. Is
I'm not even going to respond because I know that I've been drinking.
And it's not
I'm
like
very
he ducked Danny. He ducked Danny. He ducked.
I'm very
he
subdued
ducked
right
Keith.
now, so I'm
He ducked. And now he's trying to duck Earl. 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 That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to duck him. He's trying to duck him.
You're poking the bear. He's poking. But I know that I've been drinking and I don't want to see myself play back saying something crazy, okay?
I'm a great judge. That's all I gotta say.
So again, once again, Poyano lost 4 of his last 6 fights. Rodriguez won the vacant 8 on his 18th fight and lost his 19th and 20th fights. McDonald had the regular belt. Donaire had 5 losses before he fought Inouye, and that was his first unification. Okay, and Maloney was Oceania champ. None of those wins qualified for anybody to be in the top 5. That's it. I made my point.
No, you
I'm
did
gonna-
it.
I'm
Though.
gonna-
I keep telling you, you didn't. But go. I mean, you could feel like you're good, but I mean, Emmanuel Rodriguez is, you know, these guys.
He's a nice fighter. He's a nice fighter. I
These
like
guys
Manny.
are all in the top of the division, and he's cleaning out the divisions, and you guys or whatever.
I
Like,
asked you, did that qualify?
that's no
I
big
asked
deal.
you. He didn't clean out the divisions. He's never mastered any division. He's only just unified at 118. What happened? The other? He only had
I
one
like
belt.
how
The
you
other
say
ones.
only
Why did he
just,
master those
like
divisions?
it's not a big deal. You know what I
Because
mean?
you
Like
could, because when you
know,
say somebody is a pound for pound #1 and he's never mastered any division, no sir. And I don't give him the credit for beating a 40-year-old like that. He won, yes, he won,
who's he
but it
avoiding?
wasn't a great
Tell me
win.
who's he avoiding?
Who's he avoiding? Well, what talent is there?
Who is he avoiding? No, tell me who's he avoiding.
I agree with that. I agree with I agree with that, Checkmate. No, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for him. There's
Well,
nothing
that's
there.
why
Not only that, not only that.
Bam need to fight.
But I keep
Bam
saying,
need to fight.
but I keep saying, like, look, those guys can't take his power. That's why he's knocking them out, literally.
It's the same thing when they used to say about Bud. They're like, oh, 140 wasn't too good either. I was like, nah, he made it look bad. Like that man made it look bad.
He didn't clean it out. What are you talking about? He fought like once, and he unified. That was his first unification. He didn't clean out a division.
First unification ever. Donaire was his.
I was talking about Bud right there.
Bud, what?
Ah, man.
All right, so I'm gonna cut it
Yes,
short,
yeah, my
guys,
bad.
because I am like I
Yeah. Wait, Nayka. All right, yeah.
Get out them DMs.
I had an off-air
I'm going
question.
through shit right now, and then I'm fucked up. So it's like I don't need to be live. I definitely don't need to be live. But I appreciate you guys always coming in and like
All right, baby bird.
taking my mind off of stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
Take care, feel better.
Listen. Hey, you better go on that next Maldives trip. I tell you that. I can't believe you missed that trip. I wanted to shake
All right,
you.
man. Y'all take care, man.
I think
Hey,
the
Jules,
next,
Lakers
the
on.
next trip
Jules,
is gonna
Lakers
be
Yeah,
Bora
I'm gonna
Bora.
watch him. I'm gonna watch him.
Nayka, I got an off-air question.
Okay.
That Kyrie Irving trade is coming too, brother.
I hope so.
All right, man.
So hang
All
on.
right, Steph.
Good night,
Yeah, Julius.
Take it easy.
Check.
All right.